Wait, it was supposed to be a secret that we don't play?
What is it? What is this? What is this?
That we've made it no
What
secret.
you put on a camera? What do we...
Yeah, we've got a camera up, man.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. Chris!
God damn it.
You're gonna have to deal with it now. We're
Hold on, remember the last time we snuck up here, the dude fucking chased us out?
Oh, yeah, we gotta
be quiet.
We gotta be quiet, because what they also don't realize is we put 1,000 balls in their pool.
There's a shitload of balls floating around that thing. But, like, seriously, though, guys, if you saw the last video of us doing it at this place, the guy came out and yelled at us, and we had to cut the stream and run.
It's okay. It's okay. He's up in Alabama right now.
He's in Alabama, so
right
we
now.
just kind of come over here and use his house.
We're like digital squatters.
Yeah, we're digital squatters.
I got a key, and they have a pool.
We should make that a series. We're just going to start going around to random people's houses and having our show on the back.
Gorilla YouTube show having.
And by a key, I mean I got a screwdriver and...
it fits, and it twists.
It fits and it twists, so send it!
And that's how we find ourselves swatted.
Anyway, what's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
I hope everyone's doing great tonight. And before we get started with Pints and Pistons, if you guys have never joined us before here on Twitch or on YouTube's, we are car guys that like beer and cars, and we try new beer and talk about car news or car things or car subjects or something to do with automotiveness. And before we get rolling in...
And we're basically idiots.
Basically.
Yeah, I wouldn't classify us any other way. Yeah, it's about right.
Basically.
Pretty much.
No, we are idiots.
We drink and we know things, though.
I do.
Kind of.
I wore that shirt yesterday.
I'm going to have Mike just say a few small thing, because he's short, about our sponsors.
A few small things. These are our sponsors, guys. We got Wrench Monkeys Automotive. Wayne and Allie, they're an amazing shop. You see us do all our, we do a lot of live feeds.
There are the Wrench Monkeys. Make sure you guys, go check out their YouTube page and
live
subscribe.
feeds there. We also do our shows. Our next show is going to be October 25th. 25th is a Sunday. It's the
Halloween
Wrench Monkeys Automotive Pints and Pistons event. Also, guys, from the last time we were at the shop, it happened we had a lot of people watch. So this means Wrench Monkeys Automotive now has their own YouTube channel that shows their daily, basically, shop shenanigans. That you see what happens when we're there. Shit like that happens all the time.
Right. But the thing is like, shit like that happens all the time, but everything still gets done and done right.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Oh,
but,
yeah. But make sure to go over, especially like them on Facebook.
They have Instagram as well. Follow them on Instagram as well. And then now YouTube. And
it's going to be amazing. Then we also have Doodlebug Dog Ranch. Matt and Lindsay are amazing people.
So do they do anything kind of like this just rolled in the shop sort of stuff?
Yes.
Perfect.
I saw you had a this just rolled in the shop.
How's it going, Will?
A Lightning. That
we'll talk about that later.
That,
Let me finish my sponsorships, man.
I don't want to talk
I'm
about
trying
it.
to
I don't want to talk
finish
about it.
Anyway,
that
so we also got Doodlebug Dog Ranch with Matt and Lindsay. They do amazing things for veterans with service dogs. You know, they breed and train service dogs for people, and they're absolutely wonderful. Their dogs are so cute and amazing.
St. Bernard puppies are amazing.
Well, you got St. Bernards and the Bernese Mountain Dogs also. And it's one of those, they're the sweetest dogs in that, but they are also very hard.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Allie.
Hi.
Then we also got Clutch of Go, Chris. They're ones that do our shirts, our stickers, and that. He's been with us seriously since the very first me going, hey, we might do this. And he's like, I'm game. All right, let's go.
And
like,
he's everywhere. You can find him on Facebook.
He was on what, like episode 2 or 3?
Yeah.
3, I think.
And he's always at our meets too.
Yeah, he's always at our meets.
You can
always
find
got his
him
shirts, his
everywhere,
pictures,
just like
everywhere.
us. Facebook,
also,
Instagram, Twitch,
ClutchUpGo.com.
YouTube,
He's actually got a
ClutchUpGo.com.
website.
Amazing photography as well. Very, very amazing photography. He is very, very skilled in the ways of the photo things with the like balances and exposures and speeds of shuttering and whatnot to make beautiful pictures. He's really good with that.
And post.
And post as well. Correct.
And I also got to throw in another sponsor, Pints and Pistons, because we're awesome, guys.
Because that's us, and yeah, we are pretty awesome.
And also, one more thing. Yeah, one more thing. We are also saying that if first people watching Twitch and all that stuff, introductions, because we haven't...
We really haven't introduced ourselves on Twitch, no, and I have it set up towards storing our live streams now, so people have probably been going to watch and be like, who the fuck are these guys?
Right.
So...
I asked that often.
Sorry, I can't see.
These guys?
Hello! Hello!
Yeah, and then Wrench Monkeys.
Sorry, I can't... The computer's way far away. I can't reach it.
Yeah. Start left, go to right, yeah?
All right, guys, I'm Mike. I'm short. There you go. It was one of those where I still remember today where, me and Brian were sitting on the back porch and
Sabrina basically said you should do this on YouTube.
and we both looked at each other like, nah. And then the next day I did a 3-way, 4-way call between all of us, and we were like, wait, hold on. You said beer and cars? We're like, yeah, but then we're also going to, wait, no, you said beer and cars. Yeah. We're down.
Yeah. And now look at us.
A little over 2 years, like
later,
2 years and a month, and
over 200 subscribers on YouTube.
Okay,
over,
so I knew Chris through the Mustang Club.
I knew Chris previously through WTI.
Well, see, and I
just
knew
through
Chris
friends.
through the Mustang Club, but then
We
I
knew
also
each other from
in
high school.
Yeah.
and that we parked like he's a year older than me, but it was one of those
Parking lot buddies.
Yeah, we parked like 2 or 3
We ended up
spots
going to the
next
same
to each
meets
other.
in town and
And
shit.
then, yeah, from the time me and Sabrina got together, me and him, like, fuck,
We
I
played
remember.
Xbox
I
together, all
remember
that
when you
shit.
had the Volkswagen Passat and all that, and you would drive me up to the store when I didn't want to take the Cobra.
Yep.
And that. But then I also remember when Forza 3
3
came out. And that going up to skipping school, we both skipped school that morning, got to the mall as soon as it opened up. And he pulled in, and we both looked at each other like,
Yeah.
"Are you up for Forza?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm
Yeah.
like, "I am too." And we both darted to the door because we knew that there was 5 minutes for them to open up. We darted to the door, basically pushing each other, trying to be the first one in line. Like, seriously, the whole way going down, like, we're running through the parking lot. I'm like, "No, I'm going to be first. No, I'm going to be first."
All you got to do is extend your stride a little bit. What's wrong with you?
No, it was a close race. It was a close race. But still,
Walk
I
faster,
fully...
you'll outrun him.
I fully remember that, and that's how back me and Dan goes. We
Yes.
go back that far for that. So,
And then we got that guy.
and then we got this guy, Mr. Eric
I still don't know
Thompson
how
Jr.
my name got pulled out of the hat for this. I
So-
really
no,
don't.
Okay, well, I will tell
What's
you
up,
this.
Clutch Shift?
I will
Go!
tell you this. What actually happened was, me and Brian had already thought about that, and I'm like, okay, well, no one just wants to watch a midget and a one-legged guy. I mean, well, yes, but we
Not
need
doing
more.
this. They would
Yeah.
rather watch us do more stupid
Do
things.
it, yeah, but we needed more things. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going through all my people I know, and I'm trying to get some people that have the same likeness like we have, to where we're not just one branded. It can be a lawnmower with a single cylinder engine. It can be, a
lawnmower with a
12-cylinder
rotary.
fucking supercar.
Right.
It does anything in between. Well, finds that, and I'm like,
What's up, Gage? How's
like,
it going?
damn.
You know me, and you know
Well,
me.
and that was the thing, and
Anything
so
with
we
a
did
piston.
that, and then we all 3 of us started talking, and it was like within an hour or so, we're like, okay, we need four. We need a even number 4. And I'm like, ah, shit. And he's like, well, I got my friend Chris, and I'm like, Chris Williams? He's like,
Yeah, because-
and I'm like, yes, all the way,
Well, and
yes,
and that goes back to the Sebring trip because
yes.
And that was, like I said, Brian, he's like, I ended up giving this to my buddy John because I couldn't figure out anybody else to go. And I was like, damn, Chris would have been perfect for this trip. But
Especially
Chris
us
is-
yelling Delica off the tram as it's driving by with the doors open. And we're like, we're the only 2 people. Like, everybody's like, oh, Ferrari, Porsche. We're like, Delica!
Not to mention that sweet
5'10"
IMSA body Bluebird.
Yes. Square as fuck, wheel
But it was
arches.
too far away to get a picture of
But
it.
it doesn't matter. It was glorious.
It was. Like deep dish BBS meshes. It was
I
bad.
left the porta potty line to go chase after it. That's how much dedicated I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were down
And
on
then,
Midway.
I guess, you bring me into the mix. I'm the guy who just takes shit apart, and sometimes I put them back together, so.
Yeah, that's.
How's
For the
that
most
Miata go?
part.
How's that Miata go?
Hey!
It's about as far as long as somebody's FCRX7 is.
I wonder who that could be.
Oh, shit.
No, you know what? I can't talk shit. His has tires on it.
Yeah, you can.
That's true.
You can move
Mine
mine.
This is a roller.
Mine
Mine
does have a
is
full
still
suspension.
very, very far away from having
It's got a full,
wheels and
it's got a
tires.
full racing beast suspension,
I was gonna
actually.
say, I think yours is propped up on boxes.
Jack stands.
Oh.
No, that's.
It's on 4 Harbor Freight jack
And it
stands.
hasn't fallen yet.
No, actually, if I take that back, I was going to say that was a step up from the milk crates. I figured it was propped on, but you said Harbor Freight jack stands.
I'd rather have the milk
I'd rather have the
cartons.
milk crates.
They're the recalled ones too.
They
Well, you know
are.
what's
Yeah.
funny about the recalled ones is people took the recalled ones back to get the new ones, and we
And the
were
new
then
ones failed.
recalled because the welds broke.
Yeah.
So pro tip, if you need cheap shit you're going to use once, Harbor Freight's fine. If you need shit to save your life, don't go to Harbor Freight.
Right. Don't buy your jack stands from Harbor Freight. Flat out. Just
Buy everything else, like my engine stand that was bought from my engine hoist that was bought from Harbor Freight that I bought from a neighbor for $20. and a car detail. Best engine hoist I've ever bought. Because I've never bought one before, so. Best one! So then we go to the other bearded wonder. God, we got 3 bearded wonders and a cripple.
Grow a beard.
He
Can't.
Can't.
It doesn't.
I know.
It just turns into patches. It's weird.
It
looking.
turns into patches and sounds like sad CRX sounds.
Sad CRX noises.
That sounds like a CRX when it's burning.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan, I had to.
We gotta get him a fake beard then. We all have to have one big old giant. We braid it together, you know?
No, kind of. You could almost think of me as the Frank Beard of ZZ Top.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, I guess he's one-legged Jesus.
which is the other funny thing is that the only guy in ZZ Top that doesn't have a beard.
His
Was
name-
named
last name
Frank
is Beard. His
Yeah.
last name is Beard. But anyway, so Dan, Mr. Bald-Headed Wonder.
I am Dan. I like cars, and I have no hair.
All right, so Brian.
A one-legged guy that got drug into this mess.
You're welcome.
You have a nice fancy leg rest though for the single leg.
Yeah, I do.
And you have the nice thing is you have the most tactical advantage for space because you don't have a second leg up there.
Yeah.
And we have
Benefits,
convinced many
costs.
people
Fair enough.
that
Fair enough.
I'm your child.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everybody knows that he's your dad.
No, like seriously, the amount of people that fully come think that.
Wait, he's not your dad
You don't know how.
Wait,
many
you guys
people-
aren't actually related?
at all?
You don't
Hey.
realize how many people are like, wait, you're not.
This is how you can tell that my friends aren't my friends, because real friends don't let friends fuck dwarves.
Oh my Lanta!
God damn.
He just fucking went in on you.
And we're
Oh.
up there.
Oh,
Savage.
Dad.
Savage Department.
welcome.
Randy speaking.
Welcome to Pints and Pistons, everybody. We like cars and beer.
So on
Um,
that note, once Chris
beer?
gets back, once Chris
And
gets
we
back
are
into beer.
completely savage and just cutting each other down.
Yeah, we do. But that's what friends
Well, we're
do.
people, that's what we
That's
do.
what friends do. I mean, seriously, and I've said this in previous episodes and all that. It's one of those where if someone takes my phone and looks at the text messages between me and Brian solely,
Oh my God, these
it's
guys
one
are
of those.
dicks.
It is nothing but cripple joke, midget joke, cripple joke, midget joke, cripple joke, midget joke.
Cars.
Cars, cripple joke, midget joke,
And
cars,
we're back.
cripple joke. I fucked up and broke this. You're a stupid midget.
You're an idiot.
Cripple joke.
Oh, he got it. This gecko had been chasing this fucking bug up the screen for a hot minute. He just got it though. He's at the top.
All right, well,
I'm
Chris,
so proud of him. If you wanna, do you want to do that beer, or do you want to do my beer? Probably needs to be transferred from the freezer or come out of the freezer.
Is it inside?
It is inside in the freezer. I don't know whose beer we want to do first though.
We'll do mine first because it's cold.
Yeah,
And I'll
mine should
grab
be
yours
yeah.
while we're doing that.
Yeah, by that time mine will be good to go.
All right. So, I'm sorry guys if this seems like a kind of short, don't know what we're doing show,
Because we really don't know what we're doing.
but it's fine.
We've
This
never
is-
known what we're doing.
What'd you buy?
I didn't buy.
Or would Chris? Okay. Well, honestly, Michael, you were standing
Any
in front of the
survivors?
fucking door. What? What'd you say? What are you bitching about?
I haven't had that beer before. I've had that brand.
Oh, yes. You probably didn't like it, did you? Oh no, that stuff's really good. But I think right about now we're gonna have some proof.
Ah, proof indeed.
Santa proof is in the pudding.
Ooh, a mango.
Mango wit.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm
far,
out.
there is nothing I'm not liking about what I'm reading.
All right, can you see
Belgian
it,
wit beer.
guys? Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go a little closer.
All right, we got a
Yeah, you
description
can come
here.
in,
So
come in.
Brewed with mango,
Down a little
our
bit.
mango wit
Perfect.
is-
There you go.
brewed with mango. Our mango wit is full-bodied, unfiltered, creamy Belgian wit, brewed with a generous amount of ripe mangoes. The addition of fresh fruit adds a tropical flavor and revitalizing aroma.
See, I blame when it
Mango
gets some
wit, the
fruit.
refreshing flavor of summer. And it's
And-
hot as fuck out here, so
And Tallahassee, from Tallahassee, Florida, another local Florida brewery. And Florida breweries seem to like never let
Oh
us
God,
down. And I wanted to see the alcohol
dude!
percentage
Yeah, just
on this.
as soon as you crack it, did you crack it yet, Dan?
Negative Ghost Rider.
If you do a hard crack on it, wait till you get a hit of a smell.
Whoa!
I almost wish we had a glass to pour it,
No.
but hey,
Do you want a glass? I can get us
I don't
glasses.
care. I mean, we know what it's going to look like. It's going to look kind of hazy. It's going to
It
look
is.
like every other
It looks
wit that we've done.
hazy and amber, really.
God, this smells so good. All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone! I'm pretty excited for this. This is pretty
Yeah, this
neat.
is a Belgian style wit with mango. There's nothing I don't like about these.
And there's
And
nothing
it's
I don't like
perfect.
about that. That's
Oh, it's
perfect.
so
Oh,
creamy
the
and smooth.
mango at the end. with
Oh
the
yeah.
cream.
Oh, it's like I'm eating a mango.
Yeah, it's just so smooth.
We're,
Oh.
ABC? ABC? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's
That-
the shit right there.
This is one that we like to
Oh.
call it's going to find their way back into my fridge.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna find a way back into a fridge
But
too.
see, I figured out over 2 years, we can never go wrong with whip beers, and especially whip beers that have a tropical fruit to it. So the pineapple wits, the mango wits, and I think we did like another like tangerine
You're
wit
going
or
to
something like that.
hold on one
Pretty
second.
much any of the
guys.
citrus
Hold-
ones that we've done
Yeah.
have been.
Are
What?
perfect.
How bad is the mic? Do we need to do something? Is it crackling? I see you're going to.
Who says it?
Chris from Clutch Shift Ghost, I'm going to start a GoFundMe for a better mic for you guys.
Well, yeah, no, seriously, Chris, let us know. What
Like,
are
because if
gonna
we
do?
need to turn the volume down or something, we can.
Well, we're not hitting in the red, so.
I know, but sometimes even like with my mic on my ABS, hitting the yellow causes crackling.
Hold on, let me pull
It
up.
depends on like the mic's actual threshold,
Maybe it's too loud.
or is it?
I don't
It's
know.
not reading off both mics, right?
Make sure.
Yeah, maybe it's not.
Hold on.
It's only
no,
ripping
only-
off the one mic.
I'm only getting the one mic reading.
Oh wow, it's just low quality.
Yeah, we do need to get a better mic. I am sorry,
Agreed.
guys.
Yeah, we do need a better
I just
mic.
haven't had the money to spend on.
I don't think any of us. That's
No,
Hey,
and my mic
Legit.
absorbs too much bass noise that like if we had it set up like right now, it wouldn't be able to. It'd be picking up anything happening on the table and not us.
Yeah.
So, because we tried using my mic once or twice and it was okay, but it just picked up so much additional sound, even with noise gates set up.
What do you say?
Says the mic is horrible. It's been like that the last couple episodes. It's fine now, but when Mike yells, it breaks the speakers in my ears. Well, let's turn it down a little bit
Yeah,
and see
we
if
can-
it makes
yeah,
it
we
better.
can,
down.
we can turn it down just
But
a touch.
thanks
yeah.
for letting us know, Chris, because we have a setting here to
So we can
we
adjust.
can turn it
yeah.
down. So
That's probably going to be way better. It's barely cresting the yellow.
yeah. So
There we go. Let's
But-
give that a try.
But
Yeah, we'll see
seriously,
how it
Chris and anybody watching, again, we monitor the chat. So if there's something like that, let us know because we're able to do some adjustments on our end. And like Dan was saying, it's just when we set stuff up, it's kind of like what it.
We're not
we-
professional either.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
We're idiots. If
Yeah.
we
But
don't know
it's
what
one
we're
of
doing.
those we have like whole things that we can do and we can adjust and all that.
And like
stuff,
our thing
so.
is like we'll check and see if like there's sound or some shit, but we're not gonna. We don't sit
Yeah,
there and
no,
watch our.
yeah.
You know, we don't hear. You
Yeah,
know?
as soon as the episode starts, one of us will pull it up on our phone just to make sure you can actually hear us. It's not, whether we are actually
Whether it
Right.
sounds
good or not.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
as long as
But
you can hear
before
it.
we talk about cars, I just want to say again how fucking delicious of a beer that is. Oh
I
my
just-
god,
awesome.
that
I
is
saw it with
fantastic.
Mango Wit. We've never gone wrong with a Mango Wit.
No,
I'm
we
gonna
have
grab
not.
that.
No, we have absolutely
And
not.
boy, Oyo?
Chris River or Inverness?
Inverness.
Really?
Yes.
Oyo, is that yummy? So anyway, car stuff.
So I want to go into. I forgot what drag race. Do you remember, Brian, what drag race event the Electric Cobra was at?
No, I don't.
Was it at an event or was it just a private
No,
thing?
it was at an event. It was at an event. But Ford Racing, Ford Performance brought out their
Electric. Mustang.
electric Mustang Cobra Jet drag car. It's I think the Ford Mustang Cobra Jet, 1400 or something like that. I think is what it's actually like designated. But it's a full electric car, and it's not the Mach E. It's an actual
Cobra Jet Mustang.
Cobra Jet Mustang drag car, full cage, slicks, all that stuff.
Thank
And
you, sir.
this thing was absolutely amazing.
Brutal.
Brutal.
Indianapolis, by the way.
It was in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis NHRA Nationals.
That's what it was. So it was an actual NHRA event. Not
like
only
like 868 at 100.
not only did it do a massive wheelie and look awesome at it, it went 864 at 164.3. It was either 0.2 or 0.3.
Made lots of tire scrunching and.
But it was
sound.
one of
yeah.
those. It was awesome. And now, I'm not a big electric car person, just because.
Well, none of us are yet.
I know, but like I understand like the potential of them, but this fully makes me understand the potential of that. Like having a.
Well, instant torque as soon as the motor starts
Oh
turning.
yeah,
I mean, maximum torque as soon as the motor starts
Yeah.
turning.
yeah,
Which, and that is actually the proper use of the word motor.
yeah. It's not an engine; it's a motor. Because motors are electric, engines are
And I want to point that out. Speaking of Ford, and talking about the electric Fiesta we were talking about.
Yeah.
We had the electric Fiesta for Rallycross. One thing I wanted to point out was really interesting, because how they're set up with the transmissions and everything. Watching the in-car footage of Ken Block and watching the gear selector never change from one on the screen, it was pretty funny. But
well, I don't know. There's also Formula E,
right?
and I'm not sure if some of those cars have.
Sorry, Chris, we're trying to read your comment.
So if you had to sell your car to buy a 2021 car, what would it be?
2021 Bronco.
Well,
Yeah.
well, hold on. We'll get into that after this. That's actually a really good thing. Who was that? Chris said that?
It was Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Chris, let us finish this a little bit, and then that's a full-on good discussion point. Thank you, Chris, for that.
Yeah, because we didn't have anything else to talk about, really. But, no, like Formula E, I've heard there was a video that Formula E had put out, and it was basically almost every car in the series leaving the pits, and some of them just sounded like one speed all the way out to the corner, and some of them sounded like they were shifting. So I don't know.
Maybe they do have some form of a CVT or something, maybe a dual clutch.
I don't know what they've got going on in those cars.
I think
That's another
some
thing I want.
actually have a actual transmission to where there's at least a few gears to
You know what
where
I mean? I've seen.
you gotta
I've
think
seen some.
a motor spinning to a certain RPM, but able to shift to another gear to where it reduces and then a
Yeah,
a
basically,
multiplier,
you drive it and shift it like an ice engine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen electric conversions where people have adapted an electric motor to a standard transmission with a clutch and driven it that way. I mean, you don't have to drive it. You could just put it in whatever gear you want, take off because
Yeah.
it's
Right.
torque. But
It's interesting though. I'm genuinely curious about that.
But what was the
No,
yeah,
so
but
we had to
your
say
Mustang, it uses 2 twin core motors, so it's a total of 4 motors driving the rear wheels.
Okay. Yeah, no, it does. It's one of those what were you saying that it's supposed to go up against an actual like a regular Cobra jet?
Yeah, the Ford was saying that at one of the NHRA events they're going to, they're actually going to put it up in a straight up drag race against the conventional ICE Cobra jet, and to see which one wins. And I don't know. The cynic in me tells me that Ford's going to make damn sure that their electric Mustang wins. That's just.
But also with the way that car went in that.
Yeah, but
I think
I'm
it's
just saying.
actually
But you look at that class of racing between the Cobra jets, the Mopars, and the Cobo Camaros. Those cars are all turning mid-8s.
But the thing is, I really think that might be a very close race. I really think it will be.
If they don't meddle with it. The cynic in me tells me that, hey, Ford's kind of pushing this electric thing with all the,
why not
the
have
drift
it be
version
it?
of the
No,
Mach-E,
I agree with you 100%.
the Rallycross car, and now they're doing the
They're
drag
showing
race
everything
car
to be better.
because Chevrolet did their electric Copo Camaro.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the cynic in me says that for marketing purposes, Ford's going to make sure that this electric
But
Mustang wins
for
that
all
race.
the car guys in us, I really hope that they don't and just let it go heads up because
I would love to.
That would be amazing.
I really think
I would
that
love to see a
heads up-
straight, unadulterated head up race.
I really think, but I think that race.
But
would
I'm a
be
cynic, so
damn-
I don't see that happening.
Dan, you can move that closer to you. That ashtray, you can move that closer to you.
Okay.
But no, I really think that
You can put it on the top.
Yeah, I know. I've been working on it quite well.
I really think that. Oh yeah,
There you
perfect.
go.
I really think that heads up race would be damn close.
Oh yeah, it'd be a fantastic
That would
race.
be a damn.
Oh,
that would just
definitely.
be. I really think that would be off.
It'd
of
be a
reaction
driver's
time.
race.
Yeah, that would be off of reaction time. I really think so. Because the original
Or reaction time, tire pressure, suspension
Yeah,
setup,
but-
and
but
everything
as
else.
long
Like I
as-
said, if they don't monkey with it and just let it be a straight up race and the electric car wins, great.
I
But
mean, if they don't wrench monkey
like I
with
said,
it,
I'm a cynic.
I want to talk about.
Wrench monkeys ain't gonna do stuff to fix drag races. They're gonna let us go out back, try to blow up a Volvo, and fail, and have the Volvo run better than it did when we started.
Yeah, we
Right.
moved it last weekend. It still runs
that's
perfect.
perfect. Start, you barely touch the key.
No knocking, no
Well,
smoke.
it's 'cause
On
we-
the cold start sitting for a week, no smoke.
Like, I was thinking about it, and what it is we melted the head to the block.
So
to
it's
seal it.
Everything's just sealed.
It's sealed perfectly
You ain't
now.
taking that off.
We sent
but-
it
Well, that motor has
we
to
sent the
stay
whole
together
bunch to the
forever
roof,
now.
So that unstuck anything that was sticking.
Yeah, we did a good proper cleaning of the valves.
Yeah.
Clean the plugs off.
Yeah, everything's clean.
Dude, that car, seriously, it sounds like amazing now. Like it's
really
it's perfect.
does.
It is absolutely perfect, and it's one of those that car will be back at. The reason it did not get scrapped was because it didn't blow up and it ran so good afterwards that it's gonna be tried. Trevor's gonna try to blow it up at our event again.
Yes.
Nice.
And if you guys didn't catch it, for anybody on our YouTube, and if you're
Last
on Twitch,
episode.
go to our YouTube. You can either see it on our last episode, or we have a separate video for the whole thing.
We tried to kill a Volvo
With
with
a
2
blown-
bottles of nitrous.
With a blown head gasket.
We failed.
We
We
failed.
failed.
We
With 2
failed
bottles
to
of
fail.
nitrous.
We didn't even jet it. It was a solid airline hose
Yeah.
of nitrous.
How much nitrous are you gonna use?
All of it.
All of it. And we
Not all of it, just yes.
And it worked. But anyway, let's talk about Chris's comment here. I'm genuinely interested. If you had to sell your vehicle and buy a 21 model year vehicle, what would you get?
You know, I mean, like I said, I daily
Now,
drive.
hold on. Do we gotta like involve price into it?
He didn't say. He didn't specify.
Well,
He didn't.
didn't
Because like
specify.
that's gonna be like a.
I'm going to go and say to replace your daily driver, though.
So something that you can afford then.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll go with that. Something that's affordable to you that would replace your daily driver. I like that.
As much as I really, I'd have to say probably an EcoBoost Mustang, because that would be in the affordable bracket. Something a little outside of affordable, or something that could be affordable, was like Chris was saying, the new Bronco. At least it's interesting enough.
I've gotten to drive an EcoBoost Mustang now, by the way.
With the 10-speed or the 6-speed?
I think it had 10-speed in it.
Okay, I haven't driven one with the 10-speed. I've driven 2 of them with
If
the
it has,
6-speed.
It was a
if
2019.
If it has
Okay,
the
it
10
was a 10
speed,
speed.
then it has the performance package, correct?
No.
No.
If it's an automatic,
No.
it's a 10-speed.
The-
No, I've driven a coupe and a convertible with the 6-speed, so a 15 to 17. Actually drove a 15 like right when they hit the
Yeah.
dealer's lot.
That was you and Sabrina and came
Yeah.
back with smoking tires.
I'll say,
Dealership
you know,
was like, why does it smell like tire smoke?
I have no
Doesn't-
idea.
I don't know.
the engine feeling is very unrefined.
Good evening, Robert. How you doing?
Like it's very
Who is it?
vibrating.
Robert
Yeah,
H.
yeah.
But
I
it's
formed-
got good power. It's got good
Hi, Rob.
pickup. I was impressed.
Yeah, I mean,
It
there's-
felt very light. That was what I liked.
From what I've
the weight
heard,
over the front axle. When I did dive down, you know, and then turning the thing, definitely compared to a GT and S550 GT.
It's lighter in the front.
Yeah.
The less weight over the front axle.
But
is
it makes
something
it
you
handle a lot better.
You can definitely feel that it's the front to rear balance is better, and there's just a little less overall mass. I mean, so
Right.
the feel is really good. The engine,
It doesn't feel sporty.
and no matter, and it's the one car that I absolutely would not put an aftermarket exhaust on.
Yeah.
The
Like
after- I mean,
the
this-
problem is the engine just doesn't feel like it wants you to rev it. It's very like I want to be low down in the RPMs and make torque.
That's because
Not-
that's
Well, that's-
because of that tiny turbo.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the way that turbo's set up.
your life.
I know about that.
That's a teeny tiny turbo. I mean, so
Uh-huh.
I mean, you change the turbo on that, go bigger back housing, a bigger compressor.
It's
and
gonna
I
be a
mean,
totally different
with
model.
those
you
stock
can definitely
turbos-
get 80s turbo lag out of one of those things.
With those stock
Which I'd be down
turbos,
for.
if it's the same like type of setup
It
as what we
basically
have,
is.
around
It
like
literally is a-
19 psi
it's a
at
little-
5,000 RPM, it falls
That's
off
it, yeah.
completely. It becomes hot air at
unless
that
you
point.
unless you do tune and all that and bigger and cooler and all that stuff, then like we're able to do 22.5 to 23.
But
and
even
that's
then, I
it.
don't know about you, but like in the top end, like after like 6,000 to like 7,000 RPM, I could feel it start to
Oh,
fade.
yeah,
though.
no,
And riding in his car too, you can actually get up towards the top of the red line in his
And-
car.
and
You
it
just watch the
bounce
boost
down,
drop.
yeah.
And that's just he's running a back house.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and that's one of those. That's why I normally shift at 6, unless I'm just bouncing off the regular to make poppy noises, you know.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you can definitely tell he's just running out of turbo.
Yeah.
And the EcoBoost Mustang, yeah, 52, 5,300, and it just falls flat on its face. But I'm curious. I am curious to drive one with the 10-speed because I've driven a couple of GTs, one supercharged, one straight out of the box, like a couple hours off the showroom floor
Yeah.
with the 10-speed. The 10-speed transmission is friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
That
It really
I mean,
is.
compared to the 5-speed in my car or the 6R80 that came before it, the 10R80 trans, it's wild.
It's a damn good thing.
It
I like
it
it a
is
lot.
wild. I
Yeah,
mean, like I
this-
said, even
hard.
Ed's car, bone stock, a bone stock, brand new out of the box, not even in track mode or anything else, just normal driving mode. The 10-speed was amazing.
And now that I've driven, I also got to drive a Ranger, which was fantastic, by the way. Like, I would legitimately consider buying a Ranger.
I can't consider a Ranger because of the price point. You're just that far off of an F-150, and size-wise, you're just that far off of an F-150. I mean, granted, it's not as
And-
wide.
and-
It's not as
well,
wide
I
as an
gotta
F-150.
quantify that.
Well,
It's not as
the-
wide as an F-150, but it's damn near.
All right, so you're looking at like a mid-package Ranger versus a base package F-150, though.
Yeah, but I could get mid-package goodies that I would care about from a junkyard.
my thing with that is if I was in the market for a brand new truck, and I was looking at the Ranger, at that price point, even like a mid-level Ranger, at that price point, I would go, you know what? I'm willing to look at a 2-year-old F-150 on a used lot that has 30,000 miles and
Which
get
is
everything
fair.
that I wanted.
But I mean, as far as that truck driving that though, now that I know what the Bronco's gonna feel like roughly what the Bronco's gonna drive like.
Fair enough. I know what you mean.
Oh my God, that's gonna be a
Yeah,
fantastic.
like I said, I mean, honestly, I'd rather have just. I think the Bronco looks way cooler.
Yeah.
And the Ranger to me is just there is no reason for that truck and the Colorado
To be that size.
to be as big as they are
No.
or as tall as they are.
At
you
that,
don't
at that
feel
point,
that driving it.
Yeah,
though.
no, but it's one of those.
Yeah, but-
you put it next to like an older, like you put it next to the square on OBS. It's the same fucking size in the OBS.
It's just not as wide.
It's one of
It's
those.
a little narrower
Yeah,
than your
but-
OBS,
yeah,
but
but
otherwise
at that point-
it's just as big.
No, that's a full size
But-
truck. 20 years ago, we considered that a full size truck.
But I would take the Ranger on that situation because OBS with a 300 straight six that makes 110 horsepower
Oh, yeah, I
and
mean,
gets
compared
8
to an
miles to
OBS,
the gallon.
well, we were talking about new
compared
cars,
to the Ranger with the EcoBoost
Yeah, but
2.3
we are talking
making
about
300 horsepower
Yeah,
and
but like I
getting
said, we're
25
talking about-
miles.
we're
to
talking
the
about
We're
gallon.
talking about new
cars,
cars, but still on
And-
that point,
Like
I
I
would
said,
still rather
even
have
new for
OBS.
new, and especially the amount of money that gets thrown on the hood on any kind of deal involving an F-150.
Right.
You look at the price point of your XLT Ranger, you're not that far off of a good deal on an
On it.
XLT F-150
Yep.
with whatever choice motor you want, 5.0 or
I'm
2.7
probably
or
gonna hurt
3.5.
people's brains on this one.
The 3.5 is actually the best motor in those trucks.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to yours because I'm still trying to wrap my head around.
You
it.
know what I
Like,
would go with?
I mean, I'm trying to think perfectly honestly. A daily replacement. I haven't driven many new vehicles for 1 and for 2. There's a lot of options.
You know what I would go with?
What do you got?
I'd go with the BRZ I'd go with the BRZ.
Or the Toyota 8C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I was trading in a Focus at this point, there's no hot hatch that I absolutely like. I love the new Mazda 3s, but with the turbo option and all that, that's way past the price point. I would slightly consider
What about like a Civic Si?
I would take
I
the
don't-
BRZ.
that's what I was thinking
I
about
don't
was
like
an SI.
I love the interior on them. I'm not a fan of the overly aggressive everything that they did on the outside.
Yeah, I
Craft
mean,
Beer Pour says cheers.
Oh,
Thank you.
cheers, Craft Beer Pours.
Person. Yay.
We're drinking a Proof Brewing
Here,
from
hold on, hold on.
Tallahassee.
I'll
Yeah,
go
go
back
ahead,
on
show
that.
that.
Thank you. This is Proof Brewing's Mango Wit, Belgian. Sorry, trying to get the.
It's a
basically it's a Belgian wheat beer with mango.
Yep, and it's really good. This is Tallahassee.
Yep. We're about to roll into our next beer, so make sure Craft Beer Pours you stay around so you can see what we
Yes.
picked for our next craft
And,
beer.
and thank you for.
And thanks for tuning in. We try new beer every time. We've tried well over
I actually think
100
this is the
different
first.
beers.
Hold on, I think
I think it's their first time.
we
I've never
have
seen you comment
no, this
before.
is the first time we actually have. Actually have like a beer.
Beer.
Somebody.
Yeah, not
besides
on a
car
motor.
people.
And we're
Thank
gonna go
you very-
sub to you, by the way. Just let
Yes,
you know.
yes. Oh, trust me. Yeah, we're gonna subscribe to you on that. But thank you for that
As a
because
matter, I
this
think
is.
Chris is on that. You on that now?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm looking
but-
into
but
it
this
right
is,
now.
This is one of those to where mostly we have our automotive friends
Cheers
that
back,
are
buddy.
cheers, yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
That we have most of our automotive friends because again this show is 50-50, pints and pistons. Like we talk about cars and all that, but
We do
when
beers.
we do beers, trust me, we'll go into beers. And our next one,
And we're always
Okay, so
open-
we
we're
basically
always
are
open-
being talked to by a show that does something very similar to us.
Cool. And we're always up for
One point-
suggestions on
over
beers. If we
1,000
can find them, we're down.
1.92 thousand.
yeah, thanks
Very
guys.
good. Thank you so much for stopping by. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Yes, very
What's up,
cool.
Cody? How you doing?
Hey Cody. But yeah, no, I would do a BRZ or a GT86. The reason is because like I was saying about none of the hatchbacks that I really like right now. I really don't want to do the EcoBoost Mustang, even though I like them. I wouldn't like brand new. I just wouldn't. But it was a close tie between that or a the Hyundai Veloster,
The N.
Veloster N.
the N, because I do really like those. I really do. Like
I do
but
too.
later on, like it's one of those where like I want to upgrade to a Golf R, and that. But again, that's past price. That's past the price point. So it's one of those. You
Beer
can see
thief.
beer. Oh
And-
shit! The people are back from Alabama.
And what you're talking
They
about
just
with the
took our beer,
BRZ,
too.
by the way. So, what you brought up with the BRZ, I actually just watched a VinWiki video about, the topic was, what could replace the Miata as the answer to the perfect car?
Oh
And
shit!
they're
I
actually-
totally forgot about
they're
that.
They're talking about, the guy that was on there was talking about, he went from a Miata to a BMW 1 Series, and then, or no, he went from a Miata to an S2000, then to a BMW 1 Series, and then he went to a Subaru, or a GT86, and he's actually happiest with that car, because he uses it as a track car.
Yeah.
He got tired of the Miata being too slow in the straights.
Mhm.
And trying to up the power in that car creates so many more problems as a track car. You put a turbo on it, now you got serious heating issues. Then he went to the S2000. He was terrified every time he took it through one corner that he was going to total it. Which, you driving an AP2 S2000, you're terrified you're going to total
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because
It's such
quick,
a rare car.
but it's also as quick through the straights, but trying to slow down in time for a corner.
The way those cars are balanced out and how they
Yeah.
line up and everything, they're very
Front
They can be
heavy.
snappy.
yeah.
Yeah,
They can
they're
be
very
very
front.
snappy. So, but on top of that, I mean, it's just such a unicorn car. You're terrified to drive it.
Yeah.
If you're in a Miata and you plow it into the wall, you just go, go get another one, I guess.
Right.
And then he
Miatas
did
are kind of
the
like Mustangs. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting one.
right,
Exactly.
and then he did the BMW 1 Series, and he ended up with consumables issues.
Yeah.
Brakes and tires just got so expensive on that
Oh, yeah.
car.
Oh yeah.
And then he went to the BRZ, and
Oh,
It- it's-
BMWs break my wallet.
Yeah,
right,
but
he went
but
to the BRZ, and he liked the
That
BRZ for the
platform-
cheapness.
it,
But it
it's
allowed
cheap,
that
but-
little bit of extra room.
It's cheap, but you're able to get great modifications before you have to. Enough modifications before you have to start worrying about transmission issues and all that. So I
Right.
mean, basic botons, 85 tunes, stuff like that. Like you're
Well,
able to.
equal length header and a tune to get rid of the torque dip.
Yeah, but you're able to get that stuff.
Basically, just
and-
mild suspension upgrades and then a really good set of tires.
Again, our friend Dylan, that has his BRZ that's now on E85, and that he's told us, and I need to hit him back up for this. Since he's gotten it, he wants to give us the keys to it and be like, do a video on it. Like here, y'all,
Yeah.
all four of you, go drive it, do your thing. Well, you won't be able to drive it because his isn't a.
I could move
But-
it around the parking lot.
Yeah, but still, you'll at least be able to ride in it and feel stuff
Yeah.
in that. But it's one of those like I've
That's
ridden
about
it.
like I've ridden in Miatas, but I haven't driven one because everyone that I've been, they've all been sticks.
I got to drive Angel's newer Miata, and I gotta say I absolutely love that thing. But
Drive one.
huh? You want to drive Miata? Does he got one at your work? Is it automatic? Hey, there you go. Anyway, so Dan, sorry,
I'm trying to really think. It's actually a very, very tough thing to think about.
I know.
And I'm between a few cars, and I'm like I really don't know.
Well, and see, that was my thing. Like, I really didn't know, but it was one of those. Like, if it came down to it, like, boom, I have a day. For some reason, knock on wood, like something happened and all that, and it was.
I mean, if it
I need to
came,
get one right now.
if it
Brand
came
new
down
car,
to
like
it-
I was going to be able to afford it. I really that's what thinking of what my options would be in price point, of knowing also what I would want out of it. I would do that.
As long as he can reach the pedals.
Who said that?
It must be Chris.
Hey, I can because I moved that car around my
Um,
driveway while I was cleaning it.
My thing is, if we're not counting region, Focus ST, the new one.
No, we are counting region.
But if we're
But
count- if
trust
we're-
me, I would have
but-
gotten that.
If we're counting region,
Yeah, because we can't get those here because Ford will bring it to us. Ford's bailed out of new car, small cars that aren't Mustang.
I don't know. That is really rough. Seriously. I'll tell you what I'm between. How about that?
Okay.
I'm between. Oh, sorry. I'm between EcoBoost Mustang, a Toyota Tacoma, and
Hold on. Can you afford a Can any of us afford
yeah,
a
you can
Toyota
afford a base
Tacoma?
model Toyota Tacoma for sure.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yeah,
Because
and third vehicle would be the Kia Forte Turbo, only because I can get it in a manual. The only thing the Kia weighs is the Kia's got the best warranty.
Son of a bitch! I just thought of another one.
Yeah, but Kia doesn't sell cars; they sell warranties. They come with cars.
Yeah.
Hold
That's
on.
the thing.
And I think we might all change our, well, besides Brian, I think we might all change our answers to this. The Toyota Corolla hatchback with the manual transmission.
Oh shit! The little
Yes.
the XRS one.
Yes.
Those are supposed to be pretty fucking gnarly, from what I
And they
understand
are
too. And they look good.
Yes, they do.
Shit.
Remember that blue one that we saw
Yeah.
at Pine Tree?
I haven't
They,
seen this yet.
they are they not good looking?
They look
bitchy little
fantastic.
They are bitching little cars, and Chris, you know what? They're one of the few hatchbacks and everything you can get with a manual. They are great. Every single car review.
One of my
has been
Facebook
like,
friends has one. She's got a blue one.
Yeah,
like that
yes.
blue.
Yeah.
Ooh,
They
I
look good.
like
They're
that.
they're what a Corolla should be. Like, you're able to throw
They're,
around
they're pretty
corners
slick
and all
looking, to
that.
be
Like,
honest.
What's the one? What's the racing version they've been doing of some of their
Oh, the
cars?
GR, the Gazoo Racer.
GR.
Yeah.
The GRs. Are they going
But
to give me a GR version? Because
I don't
I'm
think so.
down.
But still,
I
it's
don't
one
think
of those.
I don't think we're gonna get the GR. We might get something with some GR
Okay.
stickers on it.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Forget
it's
it.
a GR.
Scrap the BRZ GT86 thing because I totally forgot about it until he started talking about the new Focus and all that.
GR Corolla.
That
GR Corolla.
Hey,
there it
GR
is.
Corolla.
a
Wow!
Mhm.
Look at that thing.
fuck it, a
Yeah.
base model hatchback Corolla, 5-door Corolla with a manual transmission. I would.
Fuck
Boom.
yeah.
That's all
Yeah,
I
but,
need.
I mean,
I gotta go tinkle.
it's pretty rad.
And
It
I'm
is.
gonna.
But
But
like I said, I mean,
and we've
I
seen
just-
one in person, and they are amazing looking in person. They really
Okay,
are.
that's the kind of car. Like I said, I've had a couple of front wheel drive cars. I
But-
really don't like front wheel drive cars.
But
It's
that's the
my
car that
personal
you would
preference.
like, though.
It's a personal preference. If someone gave me the key fob and said, "Here, have at it," absolutely.
Right.
Would I go buy one and drive it every day? No.
I'm going to admit something to you guys that I haven't. I've struggled to admit to myself recently.
Oh, it's okay, we know.
I want something more comfortable.
It's okay. Hey, Chris.
Dude,
Well,
My-
sorry, I didn't mean to
I-
touch
I
you.
have
that's
my
what-
Mustang.
dude, that's one of the reasons why the EcoBoost Mustang is there. Because for me, I'm used to driving cars. I bought cars for $100. I'm used to driving complete nuggets and crap cans. So you put me in an S550 that's got anything less than 100,000 miles on it, it feels like a fucking Cadillac.
I'm
good.
just. I'm at a point with my Mustang that I love the car. Don't get me wrong. But
You're paying.
it's so loud.
You're paying the price for the suspension.
I am.
loud.
I'm paying the price for the suspension I put on it, and I admit I did that to myself.
But
It's so much fun to tear up in that car, you know, just
That's what makes
rip
it
into
fun.
a corner.
Now, do you understand why when people get older, they have their weekend car and then their daily drive?
Right, and I need a daily. I need to get something more
Like,
comfortable
it's
as
one
a
of
daily.
those-
Right now, you know what I would kill for is if I can find a nice, cheap Lincoln Town car.
Yeah. Float on air.
Just give
Now-
me a nice, cushy car to drive
Chris,
around
dude,
through the
this,
week.
hold on. This
This
is
is Florida.
I know.
Town cars, Crown Vics, Grand Marquis,
My
platform
thing
cars
is-
are everywhere.
I know.
my,
If
my
you
thing
can't
is
find
this.
one, you're doing shit wrong.
I'm gonna be getting one
Well,
soon.
well, like I was saying, like not even with like the 2021 thing, like on the used car market. When I'm done with my Focus, I'm really considering going up to the Volkswagen Golf R. The reason why I still get the same, power. I'm able to get like power out of it, handling stuff like that. But the Golfs, the Volkswagen Golfs, like even the GTIs and the Rs and that, are just more. They're more gentleman racers versus as the English would call it, the hot boy racers.
right.
I'm getting to that point. I'm almost 30. I know what you're gonna say, but still, I'm almost 30. But
It's like he
still,
knows me or
I know,
something.
but yes, I do. But it's one of those that with my health issues, I already have arthritis. I already got issues with my back and my hips. I love my Recaros, but I'm in that thing for more than an hour. I get out of the car and like I gotta have Sabrina help me out of the car. I gotta
yeah,
stand
but
there,
also
do
I've
stretches in
ridden
a
with you.
park-
Your driver position is absolute garbage.
I'm just ready for something that's
Can't
quiet
use the
inside.
pedals.
I
Yeah,
want to
but
be able to
but
have. I
overall,
want
your
to
driver
listen to my
position is
radio.
garbage.
Like, I just want to listen to my radio.
I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah,
My car is so loud inside. That's
I don't
my
know
worst
how
complaint.
your car's not loud. You know Sabrina's car.
No, it's not the exhaust.
It's the rest of the noise. I mean,
It's
even
the
my
road
car, like I
noise
said,
in
I've
that
got
car. I can't hear the exhaust at 60 miles an hour. It's the road noise.
I mean, I've got more tire sidewall than he does because of the 17-inch
Yeah.
wheels, and I've got a decent, fairly comfortable tire on the car, stock springs and stock shocks, stock bushings, and all that sort of thing. And yeah, compared to the Altima that I drive from time to time, my car is way noisier. It's not wind noise. It's just road noise. It just doesn't have the same amount of sound deadening.
Well, I gotta say that's the thing with the Focus. I love my suspension, like it's performance oriented suspension and all that, but you've also read into it.
Yeah, like
to
I
where
said,
it's not bad. It's one of those. Yes,
yeah,
it is
like I
stiffer.
said, even loaded down with even 3 people in the car and loaded down with all the shit we took to the half-mile race. It was comfortable.
It
the whole
is
time.
still comfortable, and it does have more rigidity to it, but it's not bad. But it is one of those that, in the back hatch area, especially when I go over like the pothole, like the fixed areas on a Papka and all that, I do get a lot of rattling around in there and stuff like that. I do bounce around a lot.
Do you have a cover, a hatch cover by chance? In yours?
I do. It's in the garage.
I was gonna say, just speaking of what you're talking about,
Bless it.
I can agree, because like the one
But you put that hatch cover on there and it cuts it down.
like you ever drive with your seat
Yeah.
down with nothing back there?
Right now.
Oh
that's me.
yeah, your back
Yeah.
seat's down, and in our car with like no hatch cover or nothing, it is fucking noisy in
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
It
been
really
for the last
is.
couple months.
Well,
Yep.
also too, I mean, if you put a rear shock cover brace across there,
I really want to.
yeah, if you did one of those, because especially like a hot hatch or anything like that, a sedan or a coupe or anything like that would usually there's a bulkhead for the back seat and there's a
And you got
package tray.
that. You got that back X.
It doesn't even have to be an X. It's
but you
it's
got
just the
that
fact
back-
that there is
yeah.
a
Some sort of
bulkhead back
bracing.
there
Yeah.
that ties that area ahead of the wheel arches and the shock
Yeah.
towers. That stiffens and makes that
Yeah,
section
on
of
ours,
the body
on
not
ours,
move.
We don't.
But
Yeah.
you basically make a station wagon.
Yeah.
You yank all that stuff out, and now you get a lot more area for everything around
Yeah,
there to flex. So
around
if you were to
and
put a
around.
strut tower brace across there, you would.
It would help exponentially.
Now, so you rode in the back last week. 2 weeks ago, the last episode, you rode in the back of Sabrina's car.
Yeah.
You know her exhaust is 10 times louder than your car and all
Right.
that stuff.
That thing is obnoxiously
Now
loud.
when they
On
did
the
this,
outside, though.
but when they did the
On the
second generation,
I know, but on the inside, you were back there by the lack of exhaust and all that. How was that back there?
Not bad.
And you know
here's the thing.
We don't have
drive
hats
an
and we-
05 to 09 and drive an 11 to 14. It's a world of difference in those two cars.
So
Even though they're the same chassis, they did a lot more sound
Yeah.
deadening from 10 to 14 than they did in the 05 to
So
09.
He's
was-
not lying.
He was in the back seat and all that because he didn't want to sit up front. So he was in the back seat. Now at that point, we got no cats and we have no mufflers. All we have is 2 stock
Resonators.
resonators that big. That's it. Her car on the outside, obnoxiously loud. But this is where I always come in.
I drove her car after it had the exhaust on it.
And it's inside. It's
It's
with
not-
the windows
it's not
up.
as
It's
bad.
really
Not bad.
not that bad. You really don't get drone or anything. You can hear exhaust, but you don't get that wah 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 wah. You know that flow
But
matches
no, like I
do
said,
at 60.
but what he's saying between I guess you could say the Mark I S197 and
The
Mark
Mark
II
II, yeah.
S197. What he's saying about the sound deadening and all that stuff, he's not wrong.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, there's
probably 150 more pounds of sound deadening.
Oh
in those
yeah.
cars.
I can imagine.
well, even Sabrina's 3.7 car,
Yeah.
V6 to V6.
And with
her car
it
had
was
less.
super loud on the outside, but on the inside it was very nice.
But I'm just saying, it wasn't just not talking about exhaust noise, because my exhaust is quiet enough that hearing my exhaust inside the car, even with the windows down, is not an issue.
Yeah.
But it's road noise.
Yeah.
Not so much wind noise, but there's vibrations coming through the chassis, from the road, from the
Mhm.
suspension, air moving underneath the car, through the transmission tunnel, and all that sort of stuff. And you can hear that in my
Yeah.
car.
And it
there's
is exhausting after
It
a while.
is.
There's
It
not,
is.
and like I said, I mean, my car is not like his car. My car doesn't have the aftermarket suspension, which just makes all those vibrations even worse.
Right.
Even worse, yeah. Especially, do you have poly bushings?
Yep.
That's another thing. Those poly bushings are amazing. They're great, but it's one of those rubber bushings that fail after a while. They at least absorb
Some of the sound.
Yeah, some of the vibration.
Yeah, well, the core thing
Like,
is
in my car,
sound
I
is
can-
vibration.
And,
so
and in my car,
You
I
can-
can hear each individual tooth on the bring and pinion engaging themselves as it's rolling. Not that there's something wrong, it's just that noise gets transferred through the chassis because I've got poly bushings in the back.
It's just like driving my buddy's car when he had solid mounts on his 3, and like I want to do. Well, and I want to do the mounts and everything.
I love
the sound of the engine would literally
into the dash
and everything. The dash would vibrate. Everything would be vibrating, but it was the tone of the engine vibrating through, so it was cool. But still,
and that was the same thing. Did you ever ride in Damien's Speed 3?
I drove it. Yeah.
When it had solid mounts with the new motor.
Yeah.
And all that.
Super vibrating.
Amazing. His car was cleaner than anything. It was awesome. I love that car. But the fact that he did a solid mounts and that. We had taken off from the stoplight, just activating the clutch, just the whole dash went.
God, when did we get old? We're old. We're all sitting here complaining about.
We're all right now.
We're all sitting here going. Anytime they take a car to the Nürburgring, they spoil it.
I was gonna say, hold on, Brian, before you talk. That is exactly what we sound like right now. It's James May going. I love that Cadillac CTSV. You know they took it to the Nürburgring. And they screwed it. It sucks. That Aston Martin was amazing. Yeah, well, they have an N edition. It sucks. Why? Because it's amazing on the track. You go through the parking lot of the track, and you're going, ow, 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 ow.
My car legitimately is like that. It's getting to that point where, like, I see a manhole cover coming, and I swerve around it because it hurts.
I swerve around them anyway because the idiots in Florida decide to put their manhole covers
Upside
in the
down.
lane where your tires run, not the middle where you paddle it.
No.
It's dumb.
But anyway,
Did we just do? We just did consumer advice. We gotta fix this. Hold on. We gotta do something dumb. Is there an engine we can blow up somewhere?
we tried.
Well, apparently we're not that good at that.
I know, we
either.
tried.
That too.
I know, but we need to go fail at doing that real quick because we just did something real here, and I'm scared.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And mine is obviously the Bronco. Like I said, that's what I would go for right now.
Yeah, I mean, just from a visual perspective, I think the new Bronco looks bitchin'. And as we kind of went back before when the Bronco was announced and it came out, I would definitely just have a base model with the V6 and the Sasquatch back, and I'd be happy.
I'd go for the 4-cylinder.
You see the petition going around right now that Ford's actually considering entertaining, providing a manual option for more than just the base model.
Yeah.
They've had enough people sign
I
it.
think there was Adlands or one of the other
The
editions.
Sasquatch package. What it was you weren't able to get the 4-cylinder with the Sasquatch package or the V6 with the Sasquatch package
and a
manual on the base model.
Yeah.
And
You had to get like a Badlands trim or something else in order to get the manual with the V6. That's just all manufacturers packaging shit, but instead of a la carte ordering.
So Bronco wins. Oh, I think the Bronco. Well, yeah, because
by a
to be honest,
2-2 margin, yeah.
I'm between the Bronco as well, like in my mix of things, because it's practical for anybody who wants to do anything. Whether you want a daily driver, you need to tow something, you have space that you need for the kids, shit like that.
Like I said, I mean, I'm looking at the V6 for a couple of reasons. One, because the manual is not an option for me.
Yeah.
So, might as well get the V6. But
I was gonna say, I
also,
wanna grab
just
that.
from a chassis dynamic standpoint,
Hopefully it's gold.
V6 weight further back,
It's a bit
slightly
strong.
lower than an inline engine.
Yeah. By the way, this is off topic,
It's not that strong.
but it's sort of on topic because it's a new car I would totally buy if I could afford it.
Fair enough.
So, I did get to drive quite a few cars over the past 2 weeks. Cars that I normally wouldn't drive. One of those cars.
So you could get like selling points and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm learning the model lines and I'm test driving cars. So when I go to tell a customer something,
You actually know what the hell
I know
you're
what I'm talking
about.
about. One of the cars that I got to drive is a brand new 2020 Explorer ST.
Yes.
Yeah, I would
wow.
love to
Yes.
own one of those.
Okay.
Well, I didn't hoon it. I never got past 50% throttle on it.
And it's quick as
But
fuck.
I went to 50% throttle, turning on to 19, and it hurt. It hurt my soul.
How so?
It's faster than
Because
Mustang.
I have this Mustang with a big squonking V8 in the front of it, right? It makes all these angry noises, and I've got custom suspension.
And it's a
I put
pre-valve.
all this work into it, right?
But
And I'm all big and bad in my Mustang,
You're in
right?
this 6,000-pound crossover SUV.
But
that's
It's
four-wheel
not even a
drive.
crossover. It's a straight up S. It's a straight up.
But here's this what is that? 40, 48, 4,900 pound,
Call it 5,000 pounds.
5,000 pound family grocery getter SUV,
Glorified station wagon.
glorified station
That
wagon.
has great seats, is amazing to drive, but you go,
And I'm talking,
you know what?
these things are slat full loaded.
And
You get into it, you push the button, right? And you reach down and you turn the auto air conditioning to 72, and it goes, it's not cold enough yet, turn on the air conditioned seats automatically.
Yep.
Like, the air conditioning seats come on all by themselves because, well, it's too hot in here. Okay? And you get in this thing and you go from a stoplight, and it wouldn't even be a race.
It's one of those.
It wouldn't even be a race. It would be that thing
Wow.
just
No,
walking
no,
all over.
hold on, no. So this thing is okay. So you pull up to the light next to it, and at this point, you know, we'll just throw her name. Susan is like, yeah, no, I'm just going to get the kids. Yada yada yada. You go past it, all that. Then Dave's in the car and goes, I had to trade in my fucking Mustang because I went from one kid to two kids. Fucking okay, this is what I'm getting.
Go- Hey, he said, "Hey, honey, watch what this fucker's face is gonna look like."
Hey, kids!
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey, watch
Look at
this.
this fool in No, see, that's the thing. It's not even that. That's not the scenario. The scenario is, I'm trying to get around this Ford Explorer that some soccer mom is yelling at her kids.
And you've got your Mustang with
and
both sons in it. You're
I'm
fucking
rolling through the
dead.
gears trying to get around it.
Whoa.
You're sitting in the driver's seat going, kids, quit that.
She's
You're gonna have to talk to the manager.
No, she is full on throwing snack packs at the fucking kids in the back seat while she's beating you in a quarter mile.
Exactly. Like, she don't even know we're racing. I'm over here spinning tires.
Training. And she's like looking at you like, what is he doing?
Yeah. Why is
All
that
right,
car
well,
making all
yes,
that
Roll
noise?
this in.
I'm gonna roll this in.
Okay,
So-
hey, hold on. After that, I got another ST1. that
All
I
right, so
need to talk
guys,
about.
this is one that I had this week that I figured I needed to share with them because,
I am very.
as you guys know, they don't like IPAs too much, and I'm the IPA guy, so I gotta make it happen. But this
but-
one is absolutely.
My thing is I know this brand,
Yes.
and as soon as I saw the brand,
I love Stone.
I know, but the last Stone I had was Ignorant Bastards.
Yeah.
So, and that was so bad to where when the can tells you you're not going to like this beer, don't even buy it. And I'm like, I'm going to buy it. And then I was like, I don't like this. Why did I even buy it? I'm
Wait a
sitting
minute
there.
though. Was it
So-
was it Michelob Ultra Organic bad?
No, this was like 25% I'm dying bad.
Oh. Well, this is Stone's Tangerine Express Hazy IPA, and it is this creation's uniquely hazy appearance is a credit to the glorious whole tangerine puree in every batch. Using the whole fruit allows us to harness every bit of its natural depth of character, and forewarning, its alcohol content.
It smells really good.
Pithy, crisp bitterness complements the distinct juicy citrus. Just the right amount of pineapple, and this being Stone, a whole lot of hops round off the beer with an amazingly hazy citrus, tasty paradise of flavors.
I will say, it smells really good. You can definitely smell that it's an IPA.
You can smell tangerine too.
You can smell the tangerine, but you can.
I can smell the hops in it. I can
Yeah,
tell
you
it.
can definitely tell this is an IPA.
Immediately.
So, cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers, 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 cheers.
Cheers.
Man, it just tastes.
Oh!
It slaps you real quick.
Oh, no, it takes a second.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's like sucking on an orange rind.
Oh, that's like pineapples, which I don't care for, and overly crazy hops, which I don't care
Oh,
for.
yep, it has the overly,
Yeah,
it's hanging
the
out.
hops blowing the back of your head out kind of
This is
thing.
the
man.
hanging
yeah,
out
this
kinda
is this
IPA.
is one, like,
Oh, it's still there.
oh, it's not going
It's still
away.
there.
Fuck you, Dan.
Right here, buddy.
I did a thing to them.
It
Again.
tastes like rinds. That's what it tastes
Again.
like.
You guys are doing what I like to call Paige's beer face, and then when she just says, "It tastes like beer."
No, this doesn't taste like beer.
No, beer normally tastes good. Beer is proof that God wants people to be happy.
is
It's
proof
when
that-
humans take beer and do shit like this that makes us not happy.
Look at me. Look, it's delicious.
I'm gonna keep trying.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll see
not
if
gonna-
I can. I'll see if at some point.
Okay, though, like seriously though, in all honesty, when it gets to about like between room temp and cold, it actually is a lot better. You can taste the tangerine. much
Okay,
more
hold
when it
on,
warms
hold
up.
on.
Like I'm getting the
Hold on.
tangerine at first.
Hold on.
I know it really is hops with the bitter, and it snaps
I'm
you real
being
quick.
serious.
I know.
The
No.
more you drink it, it
I
actually
taste-
gets a bit better.
I get beer.
I agree.
I get beer, tangerine, and then I get pineapple and hops. And then the pineapple and hops just sort of stays there. It doesn't go away.
But the more you drink it, that pineapple and hops don't kind of multiply. It's there.
Well, it's like 8%. So.
No, it's not. It's 6.
6.
Oh, 6? I thought this was 8.
No, I think that's your taste buds kind of tuning it out like your brain does a traumatic event. I think that's kind of what's going on there.
Dad? So hold on. I really quick
No,
before we get like too much off of tangents.
If-
I really want. Oh, sorry.
No,
If you
this
keep
is-
drinking it, it never gets a chance to have the aftertaste. That's the
Yeah.
only thing I can find.
Oh, don't burp! Don't burp.
When you're done, Chris from Clutch Shift Go has got another one that's actually an amazing one.
Okay, I just really quick want to say I know Chris, you got to drive the Explorer ST and that. Adele, my principal secretary,
Oh, that's right. She got a
And
black one, doesn't she?
she's got the Edge ST.
The Edge.
She
that's
got
what
the
it
Edge
is.
ST.
Those are gnarly too.
That thing, like every once in a while, when I be go opening up the front gate at 6 o'clock in the morning, like if she gets here early, like
I don't know
she'll
about
be-
you, but the burp just helped clear that out a little bit.
You know,
so.
she'll be like
I like
at
the
the
burp.
gate, and I'll be like, Adele, you got keys to the gate. She's like, I know, but you're walking out to the gate. I'm not getting out of the car. I'm like, I love you too. Okay, let me open her the gate. And now she's 60-something years old. She's you've met her before. Annette up. Adele, our principal secretary, her husband had had a whole bunch of hot rods and all that. When
Oh
he
yeah, we
first
met her up
passed
at
away, yeah.
the
And then our bookkeeper has that C7
Yeah.
Z06 that her husband bought her as a birthday gift, and she doesn't drive it. He drives it, but it's got a.
He bought it for her as a birthday.
No, really, her, and she'll drive it every once in a while. And I'm like, "Matt, is that yours?" She's like, "Yeah, it was my birthday present a year ago." Like, anyway, so she traded in her Denali Terrain, GMC Terrain, for Edge ST, and she was telling me like when she was going to go look at it and all that, she's like, "I think it's the same as your car," and I'm like, "You're getting a Focus?" She's like, No, it's an Edge." She's like, "But it has that same," I'm like, "an ST?" She's like, "Yes, that's it." And her son is a big gearhead also, and he actually owns the Twisted Ink right here in Inverness. Amazing work. Anyway, but so she ended up getting it, and the next morning when I was going to open her gate, she was pulling in with it and all that, and it's beautiful. It's got the Recaro seats like mine does, except they're more like the Mustang's Recaros versus the Focuses, to where the Focuses has more of like
The
full
bolster,
all-
yeah, they're like the luxury Recaros.
And also the Focus and the Fiesta.
Fiesta
Recaros,
Recaros are smaller,
Yeah, but those, I mean, well, that's a smaller car, but I
but
mean,
those are
are
full on race car seats.
Yeah, but those seats also, compared to what I felt like when I sit in the Mustang, like sit in your car and then I sit in the Mustang with the Recaros, your car just feels, the seats feel narrower
Yeah.
than the Mustang. So the Mustangs are fit for a little bit wider ass.
But it's one of those, she picked me up at the gate, and it's a long way to the parking lot because I have to walk basically a fucking mile to open up a gate. So I opened up the gate, she
Well,
gave me a
mile
ride.
For normal people, it's like a mile and a half. For you.
You've seen the
winded walk.
distance. It's a long fucking distance.
Yeah, it's a mile for normal people.
So-
It's a
Shorter
mile and a
legs,
half
more
for you.
work.
So-
Double the steps.
Wait for
She's
me,
like,
I got
yeah.
legs.
She's like,
Fine.
yeah, this thing's got power. Like, I know. Like, trust me, I've already, like, since you told me, I've looked up parts, and I already got a whole parts list for her. I think, like, intercoolers, tuning, all that stuff to do, and she really actually wants to do it, too.
So basically, just dip it into the Cobb catalog and saying, have at it.
Exactly. Well, she was like, yeah, watch this. She hits the traction control button and goes, motherfucker spun all 4 wheels and fucking went through first gear, second gear, tripped them. I'm like, we're in a parking lot. Stop. She's like, wait, it stops good too. She's like, I know. Watch me pull into my parking spot too. I'm like, so
Hey.
I just know off of that.
Cody sent you a video. Did you look at it?
Ferguson?
Yeah, he said, speaking of obnoxious, he said Mike Jacobs' phone for the
No,
video I sent him.
hold on. I'm looking right now,
Well,
Cody.
and after you look at that, I want to do Chris's little.
Oh, he's got the truck running.
Chris came up with a really good really
Oh,
good.
I like that.
I do too.
That's
Okay, you have to take a trip across the U.S., but you can only take another Pints and Pistons member's car.
Well-
Which one is it? Keep in mind reliability in climates and elevation.
Okay, well, before we go into that, I just want to say, Cody, yes, I did just see your video. The truck's running again with the
Oh,
new
shit.
6-liter in it. That is gonna be freaking awesome.
Hell yeah,
Anyway,
brother!
so go ahead. We're going into that.
I'm going first. Your new Mazda,
My CX.
Hold on,
You
hold
said
on,
five.
hold on.
his CX-5.
Nope. Hold on. Are we now, Chris? You're in the comments on this. You gotta answer us back on this. Are we talking about our personal cars, or
Or cars that we
including
own?
our spouse's cars?
Whoa, what do you mean, spouse? That's my car.
No.
Yes, it is. That is my name on the loan. That's my name on the title. I paid for it. That's my car. I drive it a little more than she does now too.
Yes, but you traded in her Kia for it.
He said,
Fair
"Hey, is that yours or your wife's? It
It's-
has to be yours."
Exactly. So at this
Fair
point,
enough.
now, okay. So with me,
well, I can't-
with
okay.
me, it would be my '86 or my Focus. With you, it would be your Mustang or the OBS. You, it would be your Speed or the truck.
And I just have the one car.
Yeah.
All right, well, can I go?
Yes.
Brian's Mustang.
It's
Ryan?
the car that fails to fail.
Yeah.
Given those requirements, your OBS.
Fair enough.
What?
It's an automatic.
It's a 300 that never dies.
It's comfy.
Yeah, it's also a vehicle
it'll
that
go.
fails to fail.
See, my
Well, I
my
just fixed it because it failed.
well, that
well,
was.
that
well,
means it's
hey,
not gonna fail for a
my,
while.
my car with a
But
given
that's-
amount of
okay.
modifications that works terrible to drive. His car would be terrible to drive a long
Well, your
distance.
car's
Why?
made. Well,
I
Your
know,
Mustang would be
hang-
shit to
hang
drive
on.
a long distance. His Mustang would honestly be the calmest, nicest, most fuel economical, reliable, and comfortable.
Like I said, I'm used to.
They're cleanest because he
I'm
cleans it.
very familiar with driving absolute nuggets and shit boxes. So his Mustang manual can't do it. Your car manual can't do it. Your car manual,
mine.
both yours manual can't do it. If your ST was an automatic, I would probably choose it because I can have some fun with it but still be reliable. And I've driven cars that have ridden way stiffer. That what your car feels
All right.
like wouldn't bother me at all.
I'm going to make two rulings here. One, you can pick your own car.
You
And
can
number-
or can't.
You can.
Okay.
And number two,
Oh, then I'll take my car.
Yeah, I take his car too.
transmission is not a question.
I think I'd take my car then.
I'd still take Brian's, to be honest.
I prefer rear-wheel drive over front-wheel drive, and the car is, knock on whatever, it just fails to fail, and it's
See, and for me, it would be a toss-up between your car or your car.
Which one?
The
The
Focus.
Focus, which that's about fair for me too. But I'm thinking of more given like let's do this right this second. We're going out and driving. I'd take his car.
And to be honest, if we are talking transmission, I would take your car because if I'm going to drive across the country, I don't want to drive stick. I like driving stick. Don't get me wrong, but if I'm going to drive from here to California, I want an automatic.
yeah. So basically, but like I said, his question was if you had to choose somebody else's car, then I'd have to go with your OBS. Which I know sounds weird given everything that's there, but
Well, good
it's the
luck with
cars-
that. It won't make it out of the county, I'm sure.
But it's an OBS. I can stop anywhere and get parts for it.
And my main thing about your
I don't
car
think
is
the
with how
motor would
fucked up
make
my
it that
back
far.
is. I know I could probably last in your car from here within a 2 to 2.5 hour distance, and I gotta stop because I know how huggy those seats are. I have the different seats in my car, but I know how those are. I would not be able to do that on like a full fucking cross country trip.
He's over there smiling like an idiot. He's got something rattling around in that brain.
I'd take the 86.
But it would break.
No, it wouldn't. That thing's done like 4,000 miles recently of nothing but burnouts, and it hasn't broken. It ain't gonna break.
I need to change the rear end fluid, but besides that,
Well, that's because we've gone and fixed everything else on it.
besides
Now,
that,
if I wanted to go-
I'm being serious. Like if it was somebody else's car, the OBS all the way, because I've driven that truck for a long time through many counties. I've never had an issue with it. I mean, and I know you've had like a whole
Yeah,
you had
Chris
it
just,
fixed, but
he
still.
specified it has to be another member's car. So yeah.
Well, at that point, that.
So yeah, OBS.
But otherwise, seriously, my 86 is the most comfortable. Y'all know those seats. those are fucking comfortable seats.
Yeah, they are definitely well broken in.
Those are
I don't know.
comfortable
I can just picture myself in it sleeping
You
and then
also-
waking up on the side of the road with you have the hood pop going fuck.
It's also one of those in fifth gear on the highway with my 273s. I get
Good point. Good
when
point.
I went down to Lakeland
Good
and
point.
back for Fantasy of Flight with it, I got 27 miles to the gallon.
I'm feeling like when
That's
I
true. I mean, his
I
fuel mileage,
really
his
did.
fuel mileage was approaching what I was getting with my car.
well, and I'm thinking about my personal taste too when we're driving vehicles and everything and all that.
I
And
mean,
like,
yes, I don't have AC, but
if I'm
still
wedged
it's
up
one
in
of
traffic
those-
or something, I'd want to be sitting in your car with the windows up, listening to music with AC on, not fucking with the clutch, not having to worry about my check engine light being on, not having to worry about my
I don't have a
suspension being
check
stuck,
engine light, so
not
we're
having to
good.
worry about any of that shit, and just fucking sit through traffic. Not have to
But
sit there
see-
sweating my dick off with the fucking windows down, or
But-
riding the clutch off the clutch, or
but-
something getting hot,
But
or
Dan,
something like that.
you were talking about if you're taking the like interstates and that. If I'm going from here to California, cross country,
I still ain't making it all on back roads with no traffic.
I know, well, I'm going Route 66 all that way.
Yeah, but we've already just he's clearly established the rules. Has to be somebody else's
I
car.
know, but I'm just saying, I'm going that way, and even at that
So your
point,
argument about taking all of your
Yeah, yeah.
arguments
I
for
know,
taking the 86
no,
are
even
invalid.
going to back
Well,
roads,
you're talking
Route
about the
66,
OBS.
Route 66 with the OBS, the fucking smoker windows open, the two windows halfway down. There you go. You're
talking about
going
air
Route-
conditioning
You're
on.
going Route 66. I got my arm.
AC on, bro. The AC works in that truck.
I know, and it works perfectly, but
It
still,
works cold.
you got
I bet
your
the
arm.
AC in that truck is colder than what comes out of my car.
Probably
And that's
still
all
my
my
Mustangs.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's all because of Sabrina's mom. Because Sabrina's mom had to drive that for a bit. She's like, I'm not driving this thing without AC. We spent a lot of money to get that AC fully redone, and that thing is perfect.
Yeah.
But no, it would be arm halfway out the window like this, like the trucker
Yeah,
grab.
because the window opening is at a normal level, so you can just naturally hang your.
So
arm
it's
out the
a
window.
arm out that with the hand with the smoker window open to where it's blowing up your ball sack. A hand around the front part of the back
The
part,
frame for the back
frame
wing
of that.
window.
You're going around like that. You got your girl in the middle seat
Oh,
with
wait.
the lap belt hanging on to you, and you're going down fucking Route 66, going to California, listening to Alabama's Dixieland Delight on repeat. That's it. That's it.
I'd have my iPod plugged into the tape deck. That's just how it would be.
Do OBS F-150s not have the testicle vent like
Nope.
Chevys
No.
did?
No, they got rid of those.
Oh.
But the S950s, new edges, but S950s, SN95, sorry, they had the cold knee vent, and you can.
See, I think
that
manufacturers
from
should
94
really
to-
bring back
from 94
the-
to
the-
The
04.
wall chiller vent? Yeah.
No, it's the
No,
testicle.
no, hold on,
Check
hold on.
the- I mean, like,
Dan,
is there-
from 94 to 04, the SM95s, including new edges and that, the driver's side air vent
yeah, it was
wasn't
down.
here.
No, it was down.
here.
No, I
And
remember.
it literally,
My buddy had. I've seen plenty
it
of
literally
that.
blew onto your
The
knee.
front of your left
But
knee.
if you
If you
turned
angle
it at an angle down,
if you down and angle it in a little
the
bit,
way it
right
goes,
up your
it goes
shorts and
past,
cool
it
the
goes
boys.
past your knee, and it fully cools off your balls.
Cools the
And
boys.
it actually kind of works better than the ball vent of the Chevys because the ball vent of the Chevys just blew here. You had to hit your pants. With the way of that, the way your legs
I like how I had
sit
to
in
make it
there.
better than a Chevy.
No, seriously.
good.
Well,
And-
life hack, take your pants off when you're driving.
Well, if you did that, but no, Brian, do you agree? Like with the way, like just
Oh, yeah,
sitting in
just
a
like
chair,
Perfect angular velocity.
just the way you sit in a chair, how your pants kind of go like that, it was
Yep.
perfect. With the Chevy, it was right on. It had to get through the layer of your pants before it got to your gentleman's region. Your gentleman's sausage. Trust me, because I know what you're talking about because my stepdad's Blazer had the same exact thing.
Mike, I want to have you write a Wikipedia article on testicle vents now.
You're welcome, guys. Yeah, hey, I just want to say
You got a snort out of it. That was pretty
this
good.
has been a very good Pints and Pistons
This has
episode.
been a great
Of just
episode.
us rambling about
What,
something. Guys,
what time is it? Okay, it's after. All right, really quick. I want to do something really quick.
Oh, okay.
GM merged with Honda, and Peugeot merged with Fiat Chrysler. All right, so you guys.
Oh, no,
I want to say something. Hold on.
What did I do?
Hold on. No, we have to go into the name of that.
Stellantis. Sounds like
Ask
something
your
you-
doctor about Stellantis.
Having erection problems?
When you
If your-
said that, I was just like, oh God, he's so right.
If your erection lasts more than 4 hours,
Please
see
visit your local Stellantis dealership and book an appointment with the service department.
Please go to your nearest Peugeot dealership and go to our nearest Mopar dealership to get your systems checked out.
Service, this is Karen. What do you mean your erection? What, sir? Sir?
You need a fluid flush. You need a fluid flush.
Ask your doctor. Stellantis is right for you.
Did you try checking your dipstick?
You get straight fluid out of that, sir.
Alright, okay. I want to talk about the new Honda Civic SSR.
No, you know the new Honda Camaro SS.
Oh, Type R.
Yes.
Limited edition. Have you seen the renderings that people have been coming up with?
It really looks good.
I could do it. I could do it.
Let's
I
be
could
honest
do
though,
it.
it's not hard to make a
No,
Camaro look
no.
good.
To
though.
be honest,
No.
with that front end on it, it actually looks a lot better.
It does. I'm assuming you're looking it up now, Chris.
Yes.
It's a
It looks a lot
Camaro with
better.
a Civic Type R front end.
And it looks awesome. It really looks awesome.
It was all over Facebook. I don't know.
I
if you-
saw it. I
Yeah.
saw
It
it.
looks awesome.
It does.
Now I saw something on Jalopnik, but I wasn't sure if that was like a full-on corporate merger between the two, or if they were just going to be partnering on a couple of vehicles here and there.
No, I saw that.
Because honestly, when I look at
I saw
GM
that
and I look
today.
at
I was
Honda,
like, it
I
actually
really
took me a
don't see
couple
what
minutes
GM
to
brings to the
realize
table on
What
that.
they had done.
That was a rendering.
I really don't either. I could see Honda offering a lot, and I think what we're going to end up seeing out of this equation is,
I mean, I could see
is
them
GM with
maybe
Honda.
maybe for some
No,
hybrid
did-
vehicles or something
what-
like
Hold
that.
on. Maybe we'll see a pushrod V8 in a Honda.
No.
No, what I
I honestly think it would be the other way around. Honda's technology and hybrid
Yeah.
systems, and maybe their motors too, and a few, like maybe they might bring back like some kind of economical little car with a Earth Dreams 4-cylinder.
You know, I mean, let's look back at GM's involvement with
That's-
Asian cars.
Exactly.
That's what I was
Toyota.
gonna say.
It was
with
always-
the Geo. What this is
Yeah,
gonna,
that's right, yeah.
what I see this is going is it's going to be like the new Geo. to
And
where you
Saturn,
get- well, the
Sa-
Saturn,
yeah.
but also
and
the
even Pontiac.
I was
Pontiac
gonna say
5 was a
Pontiac
Toyota
as well.
Matrix.
It was.
well, that's what I'm saying. You know, the Geos were all
It's Geo.
Toyotas.
They were
No,
Toyota.
the Geo Storm was a Isuzu Impulse.
Oh yeah. it
Yeah,
was an
but
Impulse.
you look at the Geo Prism was a Chevy. Fuck, what did they do with the
No, the
Chevy?
Geo Prism was a Corolla.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they
it
did a
was the
Chevy.
Nova.
They did a Chevy
Nova.
one of that.
They called it
The
a
Nova.
Yes.
My mom had. That's the one my mom had. She had one of those.
And
But
then the Geo Metro was Suzuki Swift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was a Swift.
Well, and like I said, I mean, it would kind of be funny, because back in the '70s when Honda introduced the CVCC engine,
Right.
then I forgot what the guy's name was. The chairman of General Motors at the time was
They
asked
would never.
because other manufacturers started licensing it because they figured, hey, we might be able to use this at some point. So like the rotary engine, they went and licensed it, even though Mazda was the only one that did something with the rotary. GM did a couple of concepts, but that was pretty much it. Well,
Just to hold a nameplate type deal.
yeah, basically, so that if they decided to develop it on
They
their
were
own,
able
they
to.
could.
Yeah.
So Honda developed the CVCC, the compound vortex combustion chamber, which was the only car that met emissions post 1978 that
Yep.
was able
Without
to
a
go
catalytic
Without a catalytic converter.
So the
Oh, they did that with a.
well, no, because what happened was Ford licensed it, Chrysler, Dodge licensed it, and General Motors did not. And so he was asked by a motoring journalist, hey, what do you think about the CVCC? And he said, it might work for those small toy cars, but it won't work for our full-size offering.
And that's when Honda did that,
So,
right?
no, I'm not talking about Honda the corporation, I'm talking about Soichiro Honda. The man
Yeah.
caught wind of that and
The
was
man, the
like,
myth, the legend.
the man was like, hold my sake.
Yeah.
And he bought a brand new Buick, full-size Buick with a 350, had it shipped to Japan, and him and his team developed intake carburetor cylinder heads that were all CVCC designed, built it, put it back together, shipped it to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and had the EPA test it, and it passed.
Yep.
It did everything they said it was going to
Yeah.
be, and I'm
Which is
just like,
hilarious.
which,
I don't know why he's not known more for that. For that
well, I mean,
particular
well,
thing.
here's
Hold
the
on, my
thing.
thing,
Soichiro Honda,
well, before you go into that, Brian.
Soichiro Honda was, he started out as a guy that was basically converting bicycles to gasoline-powered bicycles post-World War II.
Mhm.
But, the man was a talented engineer.
And he had visions.
Yeah,
he had actual dreams, and he was one of those that wasn't like, he wasn't like DeLorean that got involved with the dreams with Coke. It was
Okay, here, you
he-
know what?
he got-
Everybody gives DeLorean a lot of shit for that, but
But
literally
you got
he
the
was just
GTO,
trying to make.
I
He was trying to make money to save his company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was one of those with Honda. He was one of those to where he had a dream and he was like, I am going to put my foot down. I'm going to work for this, and by golly George, I'm gonna.
Yeah, like I said, I
I'm
mean,
gonna
but
get
at its
this
core,
done.
I mean, but
Yeah.
like a lot of CEOs of American car companies and even European car companies and whatnot. I mean, Soichiro Honda was, at his heart, he was a talented engineer.
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of saw
And
that.
also visionary, like he
Yeah. But I
he got an
just thought-
idea and he was like, no, we're doing this,
But yeah, like I said, but I read about that little slap down. I was like, okay, you know what? I don't care. You can say anything else about the guy. You can say anything else about the company. You can say anything else about the cars. But the fact that they went and did that,
yes.
automatic badass.
Savage Department, Randy speaking.
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely.
before we go into our cars, I want to say the only thing that, like, with the way Honda did that, and he did a whole thing with a full size Oldsmobile and all that. It was one of those when that went to Michigan, he did the full on Eric Cartman.
Right.
Look at me, you're full.
No, that was more like murdering Scott Tenorman's parents and feeding him to the kid.
Right.
Yeah, you like my
I
chili?
think you parents, yes, Scott Tenorman.
Yeah. Ooh, it tastes so good. Radiohead hates you.
So anyway, for the everybody,
Well, I actually
what?
want to go into this. So, guys, we normally always do a bring a trailer card at the end.
I
of
do
our
have one
thing.
this week.
And again, people on Twitch, YouTube, and all that is watching that doesn't know what we do when we do a bring a trailer card. Basically, Brian and my wife Sabrina go over a couple.
Someone likes your beard, dude.
Yeah, nice.
Wait a minute, which second dude? This second dude or that second dude?
I don't know.
No,
All of
second
us have
dude, there's
beards
two
except
second dudes.
Brian.
And a third
so
dude, so I guess it's got to be you two.
We all have good beards. Thank you for complimenting the
I,
beards.
I don't have much of a beard anymore.
I got
rid
a
of it.
I got a whole bunch of gray hair in mine. So
I do too.
Anyway, so the thing with the bring a trailer is Brian and my wife Sabrina usually go over, they go through a couple cars and bring a trailer. They pick one, and it's a car that is sold that we only Brian and my wife know what it's sold for, and yet us three, we basically do like the Price is Right rule on whoever gets closest without going over wins. But not only tonight are we doing a bring a trailer, we had the glorious idea of
We're also going to pull one off of Bits and Cars,
which is Doug DeMuro's
a website that's full
new-
of features and quirks.
yes, full of feature and course. It's called carsandbids.com. And their thing is it's all like newer cars. I think like it has to be like a 1980 or above type deal, but it's all
And what I pick certainly
It's-
falls into that.
it's all unique, quirky stuff that would go on to there. So it's
Basically, the kind of shit that we all would be totally
so
into.
it's basically what would go on to bring a trailer that we would normally pick that goes onto there. So we're gonna do two cars. So first we're gonna
It's a little.
yeah. So first we're gonna do
the bring a trailer
bring a
card.
trailer card.
And
Ooh, that's a debt.
What we have here is a 1968 Datsun, so this would be a car that was sold here for the U.S. market. 2000 Roadster.
Oh yes!
87,000 miles shown, total mileage unknown.
That fucking color.
I love that color. I love this
Uh,
back.
cosmetic and mechanical refurbishments. Kasumi green over black, black soft top, and tone.
I love that green.
oh, look at that
nice.
shit.
Yeah, factory push button radio, Momo steering wheel, aftermarket wheels, recent service records, private, and this is a private party sale.
I love that color because it's like it's like seafoam green but mixed with a cream color.
Oh my
To where it's a
lord.
very light.
Oh yeah, like I said,
color.
I mean this is
That car is
Cool.
very, very clean and modernized too.
But not badly modernized.
Did you post any undercarriage or did you send undercarriage pictures or anything?
I think I got one picture of the
It's-
underside, but
it's
there,
all-
there was like 350 something pictures of this
I
car.
love those ads.
Yeah,
And-
but
People that are willing to
it's-
provide a shitload of pictures to
And
show you.
literally, the pictures that I did see of the underside of this car looked just as good as.
It's
So-
all original. All
so
original,
I
right?
wanna go-
This is, I mean, it's been some
like
overhauling, like
refurbishments and
overhauling.
modernizations, but it's like still got the same
Oh,
motor.
that's
It's
so
not like
nice.
swapped.
Yeah,
or
no,
anything.
So
crazy.
I
Crazy.
want to go with Dan on this. The interior, like the seats and that, it looks like it's been kind of modernized, but it's not modernized.
Actually, they have
In the
it.
wrong way.
They have it. I've actually seen- I've
no, it looks
look
like
at
it
that.
has like thicker foam and stuff like that.
Probably just new foam, but like I
it's
said,
one-
I've seen these cars in person, and that is
Wow.
what they look like.
That actually,
But it's
and that
one of
actually
those
looks like
like
the
it's
original,
not
original
overly
engine, too.
doing it type deal.
No,
Like,
this
it-
car
it's-
hasn't been really modified other than the aftermarket
Gosh,
wheels.
it's so good looking.
But-
those
like I
wheels
said,
are
but-
awesome though.
I love
Like I said,
those
aftermarket
$60
wheels, but like
roadsters.
what you're seeing as far as the seats in the interior, that's what those cars legit look like. I've seen them in person.
I seriously, I love that color.
I love those
that
little
color.
cars. They're fantastic.
Like I said, it does have the Momo wheel, but other than that, this thing's
Well, it's another
But
one.
that fits it. That fits it so much though.
it does.
I don't know what they'll sell for. I know they're starting to gain a little bit of fame lately.
All right, I got a
but-
random number down thrown out there.
Well, okay, I'll hide the price so Dan can see it, but there's an undercarriage picture for you.
Oh God!
Like I said, the underside
It's
of the
just
car.
as clean as everything else.
Exactly.
It
I
is?
mean, this.
It really
okay,
is.
Okay, my number.
The
Okay,
exhaust is still shiny.
I got a number. 43.5.
See, I feel like that's way too fucking high.
I think that's high. It's not way too high, but it's high. I'm gonna say somewhere in the low 30s, probably 31, 32, 5. I'll
So-
go with 31.5 just to meet the difference.
28.3.
Mike's close is 46,750.
So those are selling for close to 50K.
I don't know if all of them are selling like that.
At least that one is. And you know what?
But you know
More
what?
power to the guy for being a private party as well,
Here's
not a
the other
dealer.
thing. Like I said, I mean, I have seen these cars in person. I've seen cars that look really nice.
I've never seen one in person.
one. I've never seen one in person that looks this nice.
I've actually never seen one of those in person. Are they actually like as small as they look in the
They're-
pictures?
they're pretty
like
small.
Miata size?
They're
or
not-
smaller?
they're not-
No, they're kind of like the
Or like
the
MG?
yeah,
Like
they're
Triumph?
like an MG is a tad bit bigger, a tad bit bigger.
I was gonna say
but-
that looks like the size of about a Bug-Eye Sprite.
It's bigger than a Bug-Eye Sprite. It's not quite
Sunbeam,
TR6.
hey, Sunbeam Tiger size,
A little bit taller than a Sunbeam Tiger, but,
but about
overall.
the same proportions.
Okay, I got
type
it.
deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So think of it basically. Think wheelbase and width of a Sunbeam Tiger with height approaching a TR6.
Okay. Okay.
What did Chris guess? I see Chris guessed.
27.5.
Shit,
All right,
I
let's
was
move
really
on to our next one,
once
shall
you
we?
once you said that the underside was that clean, I was originally gonna say 38.5, but once you said that it was, and he said exhaust shiny, that's when I just
very clean.
I figured to bump it up a couple thousand, but that is a very nice car. Not many people might not like that color.
Oh, I love it.
I love that color because
It's a beautiful color.
it's one of those. It's not like a green. It's a hint of green. It's kind of
So
like
yeah,
a
you need
hint of.
to go ahead and pop off that and bring up the cars and bids car.
Here it comes.
That's the only underside shot that I saved because
Looks like a regular underside.
So what
Oh
we
no,
have,
I
what we have here is a 1992 AutoZan AZ1 mid-engine.
This is what
car.
Sabrina was like. I don't know what this is, and I heard you go, yes, because
It's a BFD
yes.
car.
Because the original car that we looked at on here was a clown shoe, and clown shoes are cool. But then when she showed me this, I'm like, oh hell yes, these
Well,
are cool.
when Sabrina said Mike's gonna come in his pants, I figured it was something like that. And when she said it was a red clown shoe, I'm like, I fucking love clown shoes.
And they don't make that many
Just
yellow ones either.
Such a cool car.
Those are. I mean, they're.
So this car is it's apparently it's a dealer from Exotics Rally. It's Lyndhurst, New York. 44,000. I'm not sure if it's 44,200 miles or
Those are-
44,200
Just to let
kilometers.
you all know, that's not factory seats in there either.
No.
Yeah, this car's got some mods going on.
Now, I will say this is also not a tall person car. If you were over 5'8",
You can't fit.
you're
Yeah.
not gonna fit well because when
Actually, it
this-
does say
when-
private
when-
party on the seller type.
When Mr. Regular tried to drive one of these cars, he had an issue with that.
How tall is Mr. Regular?
Like Jason's size, like 6 foot. So if you're,
I'm 6 foot. Jason's taller than me.
Yeah,
but
he's, like
he's about
6'3".
your size, a little bit more. Brian, you would probably fit, but this is more of a.
Yeah,
This
but
is-
it
this
is,
is
but
more-
it is a teeny tiny right-hand drive car with gold wing doors. You just want to watch my one-legged ass try to crawl in and out of
You
one.
can. I know you can. I've seen you get into an F350 that's lifted,
Yeah, but then again, you sat in an F350 and you couldn't touch the floor, so.
which is why I had to adjust the pedals and the seat.
All right, well, give us the goods on it there, Dr.
So
Brian.
anyway, it says legally registered in New York, comes clean New York title, displays 71,000 kilometers or 44,000 miles. Some modifications have been added to this AG1, such as wheels, spoiler, custom stereo, and yellow paint. been a respray. Wonder what it's
I was
like.
gonna say there. I didn't think.
And
they,
those seats don't look with
No.
the yellow piping to match. So I think something's been
and the
done with those
shift
seats,
knobs
too.
different. Now, I didn't think they even came in
Hey,
yellow.
does it
I guess they
has
did
it
that.
does it say anything about accidents or anything like that? Because that's
Clean
the only reason.
Carfax?
That's the only reason I can see somebody respraying this.
Well,
Because
yes, I
yellow
know.
exterior-
'Cause
Like
that
came
looks
in
like
white.
canary. That looks like canary yellow mica, which is the Mazda. That's the color that
Or
came with the
also,
It
RX-7.
says yellow paint. Car was originally blue. Aftermarket spoiler.
fuck
Aftermarket
no, it
wheels.
should have been awesome in blue. That's a
Leather
great
seats
color.
with yellow piping. Custom stereo with iPod interface. Spherico steering wheel. Aftermarket shift knob.
To me, that knocks some stuff off.
Oil change, wheel alignment, safety check. News door struts. 2 keys. Factory sunshades. Factory floor mats. Seller has owned this car for 10 years, put about 4,000 miles on it. So this car's been in the United States for a long time.
They haven't driven it that much either.
According to Seller, AutoZam runs and drives it with no issues. This car has been featured on Jalopnik, driven by Matt Farah, and was one of the first AutoZam AZ1s brought into the U.S.
Now, so I gotta say, with the fact that he's owned it that long,
Some of this work was probably done to the car in Japan.
probably. But my thing is this that means that it's not somebody that has got it 6 months ago and
It is reselling it for value or
Yes.
something like that. Okay,
Obviously,
I got my feeling on that too.
yeah. So you
Surprisingly, there's a question and answer session coming on this website. First question is,
They have a,
why are you
Really?
selling it? And the answer is, I don't really drive it anymore. My gears have changed towards other vehicles. I have 18 cars and selling a bunch, and more will be
Oh,
listed
all
in
right.
coming weeks.
Whoa, hold on. Before you go any further, I want to dial into that. This website has a Q&A.
Yeah,
Nice.
You can ask.
That's actually fantastic.
No, I absolutely love that because
Do you have the original spoiler by chance? I'm sorry, I do not.
But you can ask all these.
That's
That's
awesome.
Perfect question.
fantastic.
I haven't even read the answer yet. If you are 6'3", will you fit in this car? Answer: I am 6 foot and I fit just fine. I think person's width is much more important than a vehicle like that.
Okay, but no. Before we go into that, like, I just want to say, besides tonight, I have never been on this.
Whoa.
I've never been on this website.
Neither have I. I'm looking.
I
I'm
know,
literally
but-
looking at this for the first time.
But
right
it's
now.
one of those, like, I've heard Doug talk about it, and it was just seriously, guys, like 10 minutes before the show came on.
Okay, you know what?
We just
Judging
threw a
by,
thing.
okay,
I
judging-
really like this website on the
Okay,
fact that
judging
you can
by
ask this
okay, the last question I have here is
Yeah.
what other cars do you have available? And the guy's like, no other JDM, but I have an '87 Conquest TSI, Audi S8, V10, Slingshot, Fisker Karma, BMW i8, a '99 Ferrari 355.
Wow, very
A
interesting.
600 LT, a Porsche
Cars.
GT3, a Rolls-Royce Ghost, and a few more. So this is a car that's owned by
A car
a
guy.
legit.
car enthusiast.
I mean, granted, an enthusiast with a bigger budget than any of us
But
combined,
still-
that tells
So-
me that most of the work on this car was probably done in
Done Japan, and he's taken very well care of it. Okay,
Yeah,
so that
and
actually
it's-
changed my
it's-
price. I really like how you're able to ask them questions and able to get answers. And
Exactly.
stuff.
I know people can't bring a trailer, but they have to meddle through.
Yeah,
like they have
but-
it as a specific Q&A section for
That-
the owner.
I
That's pretty
really
awesome.
like
So
that.
yeah, so all things being said, I mean, just from the answers that this guy's given,
That actually raised my price.
I
that
have-
raised my price. On
Yeah.
that.
I mean, like I said, I mean, yes, there's a color change, and yes, there's aftermarket stuff,
But that seems like
I
stuff
can't
that was
see
made
any-
before it got imported.
I really can't
into-
see
into
anything.
the
I mean,
States.
barring an actual
30.
in-person inspection.
30.
You're doing 30?
30. That's probably the highest I'd ever see on any AutoZam either.
I'm gonna lowball a little bit and say 25.
Fuck.
I took your number.
Just think about it. Like right now, you can go to any JDM dealer and buy an AutoZam for like 13 to 16 grand.
I'm gonna go 21.
14.3.
Okay.
Fuck.
Fair enough. I went way too high. There you go. 14.3. That's about
Yeah,
the price
but
of a
still-
regular modified
but,
AutoZam.
But
then.
hey, I would. I
But
just
still,
want- I
we
just wanna
keep
say-
tabs on that website.
No,
But
but
here's the thing. Here's the thing,
Probably
though.
gotta
I
throw
think
this
because
away.
that website. I
Gave
think
as
because
much
it's a ro-
information and you're able to interact with the seller like
People
that.
are able to properly dictate a price in their bidding. That's
Well,
actually very interesting.
I think, I mean, like I said, you know, on our last episode, I didn't do a bring a trailer car because the craziness of that S13 just sort of boggles my mind.
Maybe
So
this
it
will
literally
be
broke
the,
my head.
Hold on, maybe this will be the new Bring a Trailer to where
Maybe this will be the old Bring a Trailer when
Yeah.
Bring a Trailer wasn't as well known.
Right.
So I want to say this: can we? And I want to do a vote on this from now
Oh,
on.
someone said GM made a deal with Nikola. I know Nikola has the Lordstown plant, but so far Nikola is just vaporware.
What is Nikola?
Nikola
It's an
an
electric car company
an
that-
EV company that's
They're, Jalopnik had 3 articles in a row. They got a new SUV coming out with like 1,400.
okay. Wait a
horsepower.
minute. They have a story about a new SUV. They have a story about a pickup
Yeah,
truck.
they don't have anything in concrete.
There's
in person
literally-
or
They
anything.
got a sedan that has been testing.
Yeah, they've made prototypes, but they have there's no production,
No.
and they've been at this for 5-something years now.
It's the Feel VR wheel.
I mean, yeah, this is basically so far it's vaporware.
It's vaporware.
Oh,
It's an Elio.
Oh, one more thing about EV. Did you see the new Hummer EV logo?
Yeah.
It is a cancer logo with a crab. So it's one of those where on Jalopnik,
It's the first time you're gonna get crabs from a Hummer.
Jalopnik's going crazy because it's one of those with that new logo. Does that mean? And this is a big speculation because GM has said that this thing's going to do things that other electric cars have not been able to do. Not only with the power in that, but it's one of those having that as a symbol. Jalopnik was even saying, like, not even like in the comments of the thing, like, with this supposed to be, you know, this big, you know, EV, you know, truck SUV thing, and it's supposed to be good off road. Could this be the first EV that has like a crab mode to where the wheels
Crawling.
go all the way that way, and you're able to crab that way, and they twist that way back?
Or being
back.
able to crab it by one motor on one wheel turning one wheel.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. I can understand that.
I just read that this morning, and I read through that article, and it as soon as you mentioned Nikola, because that was the next article that I read.
Well, they knew.
That but still, someone mentioned that. That's actually a really good thing, and I'm really excited to see what this GMC
You know, I look
Hummer
at I look at
Humvee or whatever it's
you
called.
know, I look
is
at
gonna be.
EVs for hardcore crawling and off-roading and stuff like
Be
that.
perfect.
And if you've got one that's got, you know, literally like a motor on each wheel.
Be perfect.
They can be
Planeta-
individually controlled.
You
You could theoretically crawl anything.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
you do
just-
planetaries, the lift kit and all that. That'll be perfect going across stuff. You know, hey, this rock's slipping. Forget putting power here. I'm gonna put all my power to this front left wheel. That's gonna call me up a little bit, and then I'm able to go boom, 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 manage it back and forth. Dude, you got the most unstoppable thing
Yeah,
besides
you
your
can
unibody.
literally put power to the wheel that has traction and freewheel the wheel that doesn't
Yep.
have traction.
Right.
And as soon as the other wheel gets up onto anything that does have traction, you can start
Boom,
applying
yeah.
power to that one without reducing the power on the one that you're already on.
Yeah.
Could be amazing. But anyway, yeah, go ahead. You started with your vote.
One last thing. I also
Well,
want.
I have one thing after
I want
our
to
vote.
put this into here. I would like to, since we now realize how pretty good that website is, I still want to do a bring a trailer and that.
I'm down for doing both.
Just,
Yeah,
just
me too.
because, yeah, but doing both because bring a trailer, you get some random stuff, but now you're starting to get more like higher stuff on there.
Well,
but
like I
it
said,
seems
well,
like the
and
cars
honestly,
that-
on the Bring a Trailer stuff, because Bring a Trailer has started doing a lot of premium, really high dollar listings, Ferraris and Delahaye's and things like
so
that.
we're able to get
And,
some
I'm actually, I've been avoiding those cars. I've been trying to kind of keep with, you know, cars that we would, honestly, when I
But
look at Bring
now
a Trailer, I
now-
look at cars that would otherwise we would think would be attainable, but then you see one that goes off on a stupid price.
Now,
It just
but
blows your
now,
mind.
with this, we could. Oh, sorry.
You get-
We could do those unobtainable. Holy fuck!
And
This
then our
sold for
quirky
that.
And then come back
and
down
you
to
also
and then
know-
and you bid
you
the
also
cars
know-
that come back down to the earth.
Hey,
with
you
the
also
quirky
know
cool stuff.
how
I
that
like it.
website's gonna go. It's run by Doug DeMuro. It's gonna be quirky as fuck.
Oh, and
with features.
With feet, I mean, but that's the thing. It's gonna be like that car, and also the fact that, like Dan was saying, with the fact that you have all those Q&As of where you can ask the seller.
Actually, that
Yada,
you know
yada, yada.
that's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, and on Bring a Trailer, you know,
You can.
post, but pretty much any. I don't know if it's. Obviously, you have to register on the website, but I'm not sure if Bring a Trailer's comment sections are for anybody who's registered, or if you
I'm
actually
honestly
have to
not
be,
sure either.
or if you have to be a bidder in order to ask a question.
But you have to sit. But if you were somebody who has never made an account and you were thinking about buying a car you saw on there, you have
You
to
gotta
sift through
sit through
hundreds
all
of
those
comments.
comments.
yeah, that's
Not go to
true.
a specific Q&A section.
Because
you know?
at that point, it's kind of like Facebook Marketplace, where you gotta go through all the fucking shit. To try to
Speaking of
find
Bring a
out
Trailers
stuff.
and 240s, do you mind if pulling your phone back up? Because I noticed, I did see a car pop up for sale. Some other guy must have thought that his low mileage 240 was worth a shitload and posted it up. I want to know what it sold for.
Oh, okay, so
It's a coupe, and I think it's a two-tone coupe, 240 SX, bone stock, super low mileage, and it's like a silver. It's like the silverish, like creamish color.
Oh, with the
And it's-
brown.
And it's a coupe, not pig, not pig nose. So it's a
But
coupe.
it's the silver and brown.
I believe so.
38,000 mile, 91 240 SX LE Coupe 5-speed.
It was cleaner than the red one. Cleaner than the red one that
That-
sold for $38,000. This one, yeah. How much did it sell for?
I'm bringing it up, but 13,000.
Really?
See, and
That
that's
just doesn't make sense.
and honestly, that is the, I guess you could say,
60,000
quintessential.
Hold on, was the
Okay,
other
wait.
one? Hold on. Was the other one a coupe or was the other
It
one
was a pig
hatch?
nose hatch.
It was a pig nose
That's
hatch.
probably the reason why. 'Cause
Hang on.
People want hatches.
Let me read on this car. Okay, this one is from Lindsay, Ontario, Canada. Okay, so left-hand drive and reading in kilometers. That makes sense. It says 60,000 kilometers, 38,000 miles shown, 2.4 liter, 5-speed manual, sandstone beige, tan leather,
To me, it looked just as clean as the other one did.
rear spoiler, sunroof, heads-up display.
I'd rather have the coupe, to be honest. I'm
cruise,
I like
power
the coupe.
windows, locks, Nismo shift knob, Nismo exhaust, service records. It might be because the car was located in Canada.
Maybe because people might have thought, rust, snow damage and stuff.
Oh, heartburn.
It also,
He's
Hold on. The other one, I think the red one. Oh, heartburn. Ah!
actually.
I think
I'm
the red
looking-
one was not modded at all.
No, the red one was absolutely stock.
I think maybe this one's got a Nismo exhaust. It looks
Still,
clean
though.
though.
And this one's got records and everything else, and a clean Carfax and all
But
that
see,
kind
and
of stuff.
that's the quote unquote shitty part about the people who are selling on Bring a Trailer, is you see some guy who's sitting out there who's had this car sitting out back forever or whatnot, and he sees one that pitches a shitload of money on Bring a Trailer. Well, shit, it's Bring a Trailer. Bring a Trailer is starting to build that status.
Well, honestly, that's nothing new because you look at American muscle cars and the markets for those, it's kind of like the Barrett Jackson effect because all these old muscle cars have been bringing
Right.
just absolutely retarded
so
money on
hold
Barrett
on,
Jackson
hold on.
auction.
With
That they
that,
should
I
pull
don't-
it everywhere.
Anybody who has any rusted out hunk of shit in their yard with a clean title now thinks they're sitting on a gold one.
Right.
No, my thing with that
I
is
can
it's
agree.
basically you got to think of, the 70, 71 Cudas, the Hemi Cudas, where they were going for 1.3, 1.4 million for those things, but then you got everybody else that has, a 71 or a 72 Cuda with a slant,
318.
or even a slant 6 in there, and they think they're going to get $50,000 for it.
Right.
And you're like, no, I'll give you 10,000.
Well, right now there is sort of a thing going on with that with the 90s Japanese sports cars.
Yeah.
Because you look at, take,
The Supras, MK4 Supras, which aren't that good, but
well, I was thinking more along the lines because, like, your example was, like the ultra rare, Hemi 4-speed CUDA compared to the Slant 6 Barracuda. Yeah, you can look at Skylines and look at that now. A GTST Type M that 3 years ago you could pick up for 10 grand all day long are now 18, 19.
Yeah.
R30, GT20.
No, hold on.
an
I
R30
got one that even
like
beats that.
like an R33 GT25.
It was a so fucking clean. I've never seen a R32 this clean before, but it was a 4-door. It was a 4-door KA 5-speed manual with the factory Type M bumpers on it and it sold I think like 22.
Well, it's like, look at Nissan.
But I will
Nissan Figueros and
say-
Nissan Pals are starting to get the same way too. They're starting to bring in some pretty
but
serious
my
money
thing
for
was,
them.
It really did only have 40,000 kilometers on it.
Oh shit!
And
well,
that was
that's super
full
low.
record, and it came with a
Well, what was it?
basically like a photo album
Yeah.
of every single receipt.
Okay, but seriously,
from
what
brand
was it?
new.
2 years ago, there was that automatic GTST, the
The
red
Type
one.
M, yeah, that
the
you-
red, the
you
red
were-
Type M that was on eBay, that was in South Florida, that was closed, and I was
Hey,
seriously
hey,
jumping on. It went for
no.
7,700.
Seriously, on that point,
It was 2.5 years ago.
Brian almost bought that.
Don't run, because we're. Oh, you're not running.
Yeah,
Okay.
Brian,
We're gonna-
like, no,
shut up.
seriously.
When I saw that car and I looked at the car and looked at all the pictures
Me
of
and
it
Brian,
and everything else,
this
I was that close to making a road trip down to Oldsmar,
And buying it.
going to
No.
look at that car and possibly
So
selling the car that fails to fail and get
I
that
was
one. That close
this
to it.
was actually, and I want to just really quick on the story with that. It was a month before we started Pints and Pistons. Me, Sabrina, and Brian on a Friday night. We're sitting on the back porch. Sabrina made dinner.
Yeah, it was after
we were eating-
after a Friday night.
Yeah, it was
Thunder.
after Friday Night Thunder. We went back to the house. We made dinner.
Yeah, it was dinner.
All
it
three
was,
of
it was,
us.
It was dinner. It was burgers and beer and Inverness.
Yeah, so we were having beer. We ate burgers and all that. And this is where the Pints and
I had,
Pistons thing
yeah,
came up.
I had found this car, and I'm like, guys, I got to show you this.
And me and him had an hour and a half discussion to the point where I really thought that in the next week I was going to ride down with Brian in his
Go get a
car.
Skyline.
No,
Pick up
no,
the
and
Skyline.
I'm dead serious about this. Like it, and Brian, am I right? It got that close. It really did. It got
yeah,
close.
I mean, it was like I said, it was like I said, it was metallic
close.
red, it was gray interior, it was in beautiful shape. There was no dash bubble.
It was his dream car that he could drive.
Yeah, it was basically the closest. Like I said, I can't do a GTR because of cost and manual transmission, but it was pretty much like the next best thing, and it was that close.
We had a full-on conversation about insurance, Thailand, all that stuff, to the point where by the end of the night, when he left, I was like, okay, well, let me know during the week. I'll make sure, I'll make
Yeah, it was like-
at this
it
point,
was
I
like it was
wasn't-
kind of like, don't be surprised if I show up in a right-hand drive Skyline.
No, at that point, it was, let me know. I'll ride down with you. I'll drive your car back. You drive that. We were really close on buying a Sky. Well, we were. He was really close on buying a Skyline and me driving his car back while he's smiling ear to ear in a Skyline going, I got a Skyline! I got a Skyline! Look at me, I got a Skyline!
Yeah, it was. But like I said, once again, it was one of those, mind wins out over the heart kind of thing. So,
Right.
And on that
which is
depressing
which is
note,
how I ended up with the car I have. I needed a new car. I wanted something newer and reliable, and it was like I could have gotten a GT, but it would have been a first run 05, out of warranty.
You would have dealt with the extra shit.
And I've had my fill of cars, and it's like, now I have a car that's out of warranty, but I did have some things fixed under warranty that turned out to be in my. But in the end, my brain was right because by and large, that's been the car that fails to fail.
yeah, exactly.
It's been the most
He's
reliable
the
car.
reason why I sold a car to buy another car because he beat me in the drag race.
Yeah, that's true. I've actually that's two cars that I've caused to be sold.
But anyway, on that
Both of them Mustangs, by the way.
on that Mike taunting note, I think it's time to end, guys. Make sure you
You
guys come
can't
in.
say Mike drop because he's low enough as it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
but-
really
yeah,
more like a Mike
but-
knockover. But
but
make sure you
that-
guys tune into
yeah.
us 2 weeks from now. We are live every other Friday. Chris,
But
control
we're
yourself.
also going to have plenty of
In
videos popping
between
up.
shenanigans, yeah, on Facebook and YouTube
We
and
have
whatnot.
stuff popping up, but thank you guys for watching.
You will notice that I'm noticeably absent from the Faceballs thing. It's just not my thing because I'm the old guy. So these guys do the Faceballs thing, and
But
I show up for
anytime
this.
Brian sends us stuff, we make sure if it's something worthy of going on.
Yeah,
to
you
Facebook.
post on Facebook. You just don't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, you do.
Yeah.
But thank you guys
So
for
how many of the weird Craigslist finds have I sent you ended up on Facebook?
a lot of them.
A lot, yeah.
So, but still,
You're welcome,
guys,
people.
it's one of those. Thank you for watching us. Make sure to check out our sponsors, Wrench Monkey Automotive. Check
Doodle
them out.
Bug.
Check them out on
Clutch Shift
Facebook, Instagram,
And
and
Clutch Shift
YouTube.
Go, who by the
Clutch
way
Shift
been
Go.
here.
He's in the
He's
chat.
been talking the whole entire
Wrench
time.
Monkey's been here.
Check him out on Facebook, Clutch Shift Go on Facebook,
Instagram,
Instagram.
YouTube, Twitch,
Baseballs.
It's clutchshiftgo.com. Doodlebug Dog Ranch, check them out. Doodlebug Dog Ranch Inc. on
Yep.
Facebook and that. Make sure to check them out. They're great people. These are all people that absolutely support us and all that. Oh, really quick before you end it, Chris, I would like to say October 25th is going to be our next Wrench Monkey / Pints and Pistons event. It's on a Sunday. We just found out that there will be a fire truck there from our local county.
and
It's gonna be
possibly there's possibly going to be a really big surprise there too.
That fire truck is going to be wetting down our burnout pad for us because safety is number priority. So, okay,
Safety
guys.
first.
Very good.
Bye, guys. Thank you.